It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. If you like common sense, hit that thumbs up button and, of course, the subscribe button. And join us Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollers.locals.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. I'm Stuttering Craig, and yes, we are live. Here we are on YouTube. Good to see everybody. We have made it back. We have no strikes on our channel, which is wonderful. But we are back at it, ready to go. Hello, Blabs. How are you?
Hi, I want to point out I didn't do it yesterday. It was like my hands in the air too.
Yeah.
It was me. I was like, oh shit, they might think it was me, but no, I wasn't even on the YouTube page or anything. I was typing timestamps like a good child.
Like a good child, huh?
Yeah.
Typing the timestamps. There you go. Hey, if you want to know where the timestamps come from when you watch the show on the archive. Nope. There you go, right there.
Me.
There
and
she is.
Harry.
Right there. That is her job. We got a great show today. Joining us, it is Friday, as always, the extreme controversial Melonie Mac.
Hi. Happy to be here.
You appeared on any shows and made anybody look stupid recently?
Well, there was one that involved some cows that I was on. That was a good time.
Good transition from pre-show talk to this one. Cows and milk.
Right.
I know. I
Well,
wouldn't milk those cows though.
Milk them hard. I'll tell you what. Keem is the one milking those cows, man. Keemstar is milking them hard.
True.
I hope they eventually realize it.
See, that's the thing. When they asked me on, I was just thinking of it. Okay, go pretend like this is Jerry Springer. You can't take it serious. Like, just hop on there and have fun.
Well, you did great. You did great. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Also joining us today, it's been a while since we've had him on, but I'm glad you're here from the other side of the world. Speaking of milk, it's the milkman, Disparu.
Milk
No,
having
I don't know. Blabs is more obsessed by the milk than, like, I am with it. Oh my god, there's always milk in it. Yeah, I drink milk. Oh, the horror. I know it's weird. I do like the other side of the world, though. There's a lot of Americans who are like, we've got a really diverse panel show, and I'm just sitting there going, you're all Americans. Like, there's nothing like I come from a different continent. At least I'm different.
That's so based, though, honestly. That's a really based way to look at it. That's how it should be.
Diversity of thought.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, yeah, it's a great time in gaming at the moment. I'm actually just glad that Helldivers 2, the worst thing that Helldivers 2 has done is they nerfed the railgun and then released a more overpowered gun yesterday, which is the most stupid thing that you can possibly do. But I do half wake up every day and think, is today the day they're going to say that Super Earth is a metaphor for wiping out all gamers from the univerce? Because that seems to be what every other game developer wants to do at the moment.
That's true.
One shining beacon in the darkness.
I'll tell you what, I played Helldivers last night. Didn't stream it, just played it with Quarter Black Garrett, played it with Flash. And who was our fourth? I'm blanking right now. I'm gonna get yelled at for this.
This is why you don't say names.
I was playing with some people. Yeah. It was Mark the Cyber. And I'll tell you what,
he's great.
It was so much fun. I had so much fun just like playing the game and just playing. And someone was asking like, "Hey, what do you enjoy more?" And I was like, "I just enjoy playing games with my friends, and that's really it." At the end of the day, can't we all just play games with our friends? It was great. So we democratized very hard yesterday. It was good. Freed lots of robots from their devious whatever it is going on. It was great. It was super fun. But yeah, we have a great show today. Lots to talk about, man. As always, yes, we are back. We are live. We don't know what happened yesterday. We don't have any strikes on the channel. The show just ended, and I will say this. I don't know if y'all saw that on X, but we put the tweet out about that. The show on as we were getting into some pretty spicy stuff yesterday. I'd say it was after we talked about some spicy stuff. But the show just stopped on YouTube, and I've yet to hear back from anybody on YouTube.
The live streaming was weird yesterday. I couldn't edit titles or anything from one of the streams. I know somebody else couldn't change the thumbnails, so it could have just been like a back-end issue with them.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been. And I will say this: I'm totally open to that idea. I'm hopeful, and maybe it's my sheer positive look on everything. I just hope that it was some sort of glitch along the way, but it's just fishy. It just sometimes you go, well, okay, well, it's a coincidence, and I'm hopeful for that. But that's what it was. Because you're right. Like right now, I can't go in and I can't edit the stream. So there apparently are some issues on YouTube right now, but it's just convenient, if you will. But with that said, we are live over on rumble.com/sidescrollers. You can join us over there. The nearly 6,000 folks who have followed us over there, which is great. Oh, I'm sorry. We blew past that yesterday. We're now at 6,300. We were like 500 yesterday because people are not trusting of the YouTube. So join the nearly 7,000 people who have joined us over on rumble.com/sidescrollers. That was a real-time reaction right there. Also, you could have found out that Melonie and Disparu were going to be on the show if you followed us over on X. You also get all sorts of clips and stuff right there. So go on over and follow us at x.com/sidescrollerpod. We also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do, so follow us for memes and clips of the show or whatnot, or else, I don't know, wedgies, violence, stern talking to any of those answers. Yes.
Blabs, you got to give them something really memorable because they're going into the weekend, and
Time to say the N-word again, Blabs.
Wedgie screams and violence wasn't memorable. What normally goes on there? That's just a normal Saturday.
My N-words. Follow us on Instagram.
All right. Sounds great. We also have a Kick account at kick.com/sidescrollers. If you want to listen to the show, you can. We just had one of our biggest listener days yesterday on the show. So follow us over on Spotify if you want to listen to the show instead of looking at our faces. But I would love for you guys to join us over at locals.com. At sidescrollers.locals.com, where if just 10 of you today would join us over there, that'd be spectacular. Why? Because you will get notifications and you'll get exclusive content. Because coming up on April 17th, I'm giving you plenty of time. That is Wednesday, April 17th. I'll be watching in real time Lord of the Rings for the first time ever.
Ooh, finally.
The Lord of the Rings watching party will take place on 3 consecutive Wednesdays. We're going to go Lord of the Rings 1. I don't even know what they're called. What are they called, Blabs? Don't roll your eyes at me, young lady.
I'm rolling my eyes at you. I'm not going to answer.
Fellowship of the Ring is the first one.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to do that one first, and it's going to be the extended cut.
Good. He's going in chronological order.
It is like I was watching. They were talking about The Acolyte, and she says one of the things I loved about The Acolyte is I managed to find a writer that hadn't seen Star Wars. Like, how do you find someone in Hollywood as a writer that hasn't seen Star Wars?
And then you give them the job. You're like, you sound perfect for it.
Wow. Is that really a thing for that Star Wars franchise, for The Acolyte?
The Acolyte, yeah, she was proud about it. She said because that way they can look at it from an objective third-party person and critique us on the story objectively rather than the lore. So in other words, if we destroy this, she won't be too pissed, was what I took from the message.
Yeah. They asked her what her favorite movie it was, and she's like, Star Wars. And
all of them. It's like Brie Larson. I love Nintendo.
It's like you can hire Craig for it, and it would have the same outcome.
You're right, though. That's what it's about. And it was the same thing whenever, like, with The Last of Us live-action series and all that. Whenever they were like, hey, we don't want you watching any cutscenes. We don't want you playing the games. They don't want the people involved to actually be fans, because then they're going to get pushback whenever they change things.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to make a Star Wars movie, it would just be a bunch of lightsaber fights and crazy lasers being shot everywhere, and then Chewbacca like finishing up Storm. And that's
you need to add cute things like baby Yodas and things like that too. There's got to be something for the girls.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Throw in a couple like little trolls or something.
Yeah, that's all. That's all you gotta do. And then that's the thing is that people want to know how do you.
As a Sith. We don't need babies in Star Wars.
If
they're just like, how do you get women to watch this stuff? Oh, we have to throw in these masculine women characters and make these women characters like men. No, if you want to get women to watch, throw in a baby Yoda, something like that. That's all you gotta do.
That's it. That's it. All you gotta do
the
is
story comes around looking after a baby Yoda, and then nobody watches it. It's like,
he doesn't have to necessarily babysit him, but As long as there's something cute with an appearance. I mean, look at Mini Kong with Godzilla X Kong that they're throwing in. I'm curious to see how that plays out. I'm already a Godzilla fan, but I saw that, I was like,
A
okay.
mini Kong.
Yes,
you could have like Henry Cavill, and then you could have mini Henry Cavill.
That's fine. He's still gonna be gorgeous.
Whatever's popular, just make it super small, and you're good.
He's like a little pocket-sized Henry Cavill. You can take him wherever you want to go.
Yeah, just use the
Valve.
street gray on him.
Valve did research on that when they were coming up with the original VR headset. They did loads of experiments to see what people were interested in, and they said we found out if you just take something and make it small, everybody likes it. We had small chairs, we had small people, we shrunk them down. There was like hundreds of little guys on the table just waving at us. It's like there's something about small things that people like innately.
Yeah,
they're not wrong, man. They're not wrong at all. It's you just make things small and people will buy it.
Short people are popular.
That's right. Maybe we'll do like a little Blabs minifig. It'll be great.
Like a mini Funko Blabs. That'd be so funny.
That'd be great.
Actually, no, I don't know what some of the chat members would do. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right. That'd be a bad move.
Yeah, they would get you'd have people having to go to the doctor with X-rays and then
there's a Blabs up there. Nope, bad. X like I'll be taking these radiographs and she'd be like, why are you here?
It'd be 12-inch wheels and Blabs minifigs. It'd be rough.
No body pillows, that's for sure.
Yeah.
With all that said, find us over at sidescrollers.locals.com, where the Lord of the Rings stuff will be happening here in a few weeks. Also, hit the subscribe button over here as we are at join the 73,528 subscribers. I'm sorry, 530 subscribers who have joined us in this wonderful land of common sense over here on YouTube. How long we'll be here, we don't know. But let's also hit our goal of 600 likes for the day, and of course, our goal of 25 memberships, and we're off to a rip roaring start as Ian has come in with 10 gifted memberships today. Absolutely spectacular. Disparu, you get to pick the color today. What are we going with on the wall? We got purple, we got red, we got orange, we got yellow, we got green, we got blue. What do you want?
Yellow.
Yellow it is. All right.
Yellow with a smile.
Sounds good. Ian, thank you so much. Genuinely appreciate that. If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you to Ian and consider paying it forward. Ian, do me a favor. Look at that. Look at that right there.
Look at it. Chad's calling him Ian and Giga Chad. I agree.
I agree. I'm with you on that. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Ian. Genuinely appreciate that. That puts us at 10 for the day. That is awesome. I would like to remind everybody, we were unable to read the super chats yesterday, and we more or less won't be able to. So I apologize for that. But we did want to say thank you for your support yesterday. And I wish there was a way to square it up, but I screwed it up. I was kind of frazzled at the end of the stream yesterday, and kind of figuring out what was going on with all that nonsense. So. My apologies, but just know that we are appreciative and grateful of any and all support you guys offer, whether it's super chats or direct donations or Rumble rants. Just thank you guys very much. And we're sorry we missed those yesterday, but just know that they are genuinely and greatly appreciated. And one last thing, I would like to remind everybody to help take games back. Join us over at takegamesback.com and learn about what I have going on over here. I'll tell you this, man. I have I just go there, learn about it, check it out. This is a video game club, and the video game club is tied around ultimately an award show in the gaming space that is voted on by you. Just head over there and learn about it. There's a lot of information over there. There'll be more information over there coming very soon. I've been very, very busy on that, and a lot of moving parts, man. But it's been good, been very good so far. So thank you guys very much. Right off the bat, Yankee Lover came in, says, hello to my favorite podcast. Love y'all. Hey, thanks, Yankee Lover. Greatly appreciate that. With the 2. Worthy One came in, says, hey, Mel, with your talent, you could open up a music channel. I can see it now. Guitar Time with Melonie.
Thank you. Apparently, I'm just going to have a million channels for all my hobbies. That'll have to be a thing.
I think it makes sense. I didn't know you could sing. I saw your Twitter post. That was pretty impressive.
Oh, thank you. I have fun. I don't think I'm that good or anything. Like I'm not just like trying to be humble. It's for real. But I just have fun with it. It's something I used to do a lot, and I haven't in a while. So, yeah.
Well, I had no idea. So, way to go. Did you sing in church or something like growing up?
I did. Yeah, I used to. It was in between praise team leaders. I had to fill in because they didn't have one, and so I did that for several months till I think at least several months until they found a new praise team leader. So I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Well, that's awesome. Yes, guitar time with Melonie Mac should definitely be your next one.
Strumming time.
Alan came in and says, "Can we get an F on the stream for being late, Melonie?"
It wasn't Melonie. It was Craig.
Yeah.
Craig literally was like 1 minute before going like, "Excuse me, I gotta go get some milk or water, whatever the hell you did."
Every day.
You're obsessed with milk, Blabs.
Because he said milk before. He literally said, "I'm gonna go get my milk," but he was just meaning water.
It's true.
I did say no.
Melonie's like, "It's true, all of it."
I was gonna take the bullet, but everybody had my back here.
No, it's still on Craig Day.
It's every day here on Side Scrollers, and it's all right. Hey, one time at Bandcamp came in and says the LOLCal podcast was a disaster. Poor 8-Bit Eric thought he was going in to have a serious debate. Pretty naive.
That was and Eric's amazing. But yeah, we did talk a little after, and I told him, I was like, hey, you went in with good intentions. You went in to reason with people, and that's why they dunked on you. You just got to know with this group, they're not reasonable people. Treat it like a Jerry Springer show.
Right. 100% right. Max came in and says, Melonie, the look on Rich's face when you said correct.
I saw that.
You're in the headlights to say with nothing to say. 8-Bit Eric was cringe.
It was fun. It was fun. But Rich was I didn't know what to expect. I was like, is he gonna have a meltdown? Is he gonna get all crazy? But he definitely handled that better than I thought. Like, he was more respectful than I thought. He had his disagreements and he was pretty, stern about it, but he was still fine. Like, he didn't act unreasonable. He acted like a goofed, but
that's not unreasonable for him.
To be civil. At least he was civil. Like, yeah, he can be retarded if he wants to, but at least he's civil.
I'll say this. We've had Rich on the show before. Rich, apparently hates me now or whatever. I don't, but I'll say this about Rich. I feel sorry for him. I know he's gone through some personal stuff. I don't like to say bad things about people, especially when they've gone through bad things. And I've reached out to him privately. and just said, I hope all is well. Obviously things are not, but I wish him the best. I genuinely do. I hope that he is able to recover
for sure
in whatever way he has. So
yeah, it doesn't have to be that serious. That's my thing. Is it's like, okay, you don't like it that Rich doesn't like it that I have biblical values, and so I'm not an ally to the LGBT. Why does it have to be a big issue that I have my personal beliefs?
Because it's the same issue. You basically nailed it. That it is blasphemy to them. There's a lot of people who they've never had an original thought in their lives. They don't come up with anything. What they have is they submit to whatever the dominant social order is that they think at the time. And anything outside of that, is mind-blowing. How dare you go against all of these people? And so it becomes a religious belief. It is literally blasphemous to disagree. That's why there's no response. It's like, oh.
True.
That was my power over you. I wasn't expecting you to be able to. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So apparently, even though he was reasonable on the civil on the actual podcast, then after he did have to take out his frustrations on uploading that clip of us laughing at Chomsky to where he uploaded that, and then she's a terrible person. Look at this bigot, this and that. So he did have his meltdown. It was just after.
Oh, so he was a lion when you weren't there and a sheep when you were, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But again, it ain't that serious to me. I wish nothing but the best for Rich. I really don't have any ill will toward him.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the guy. I want him to recover. I want him to feel better about things. And maybe one day we'll have him back on the show sometime. Maybe,
yeah.
I don't know.
My favorite responses for things like that are when someone will list out what they think are a load of insults, and all the comments beneath are just like, you've made me follow them. You don't have to keep selling them to me. I'm already a fan.
Yeah, it's so are the best.
Right. BC came in and says, Craig, what's up? Blabsolutely? How's it going? Miss Mac? Just discovered how legit Diet Dr. Pepper somehow is.
Yes.
That goes, I'm about it. There you go, BC. Wait, you just learned about Diet Dr. Pepper?
I guess he's just seen me drinking it a lot on stream, so he decided to try it. I swear, if I wasn't such a bigot, maybe they would sponsor me, because I think I probably move a lot of Diet Dr. Pepper units just from drinking it all the time.
Have you tried Dr. Pepper Zero?
Yeah, to me it tastes the same. I can't tell the difference between Diet Dr. Pepper and Zero. I don't know.
I think Dr. Pepper. I've always been a Diet Dr. Pepper guy,
Okay.
but Dr. Pepper Zero has taken over for me as far as leader in the clubhouse for diet poison that I put in my body.
Yeah, I think I'd rather the actual sugar rather than whatever fake chemical they replace the sugar with. At least I know what sugar is.
The chemicals definitely aren't good. It is my vice. People give me trouble, and I don't blame them. I understand.
Right. Kyle came in and says, watched the Local podcast the other day. Melonie manhandled Review Tech and Wings. 8-bit Eric froze up, and when he saw his crush, and Keem threatened Duty.
I didn't even know who Duty was before. I saw he uploaded the clip, and apparently he had to take it down. And Duty did have a little debate with me on Twitter about something about like Bible stuff, but I don't know. He seems cool, I guess.
Duty's big in the DSP world.
Okay.
DSP detractor space for sure. So I got to know Duty during that whole thing. Seth came in and says, I listened to your one-on-one with Shagsworth last night. Craig, it was a great show. Interesting backstory on what happened during your outing with Screw Attack. Now, to be clear, I was not outed at Screw Attack at all. I left Screw Attack. It was Game Attack that, it's Screw and Game. I get it, right? All the attacks. But Game Attack, I was not ousted either. I was bought out of that. That was me making that decision. Both times I left were decisions that I made. So, it was just very interesting, to say the least. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Pushup says 3 questions: Contra 1 or 2. Disparu, do you have thoughts on Contra 1 or 2? Do you play Contra, or it'd be Probotector to you? Do you ever play
Contra? Is it a console game? I'm a PC gamer.
Okay, yeah, it was an old school NES game. Okay, I'll go Contra 1. Disparu, pro or anti Marmite? What is
Marmite? Like this is there is no other opinion.
Is that jelly stuff?
No, it's the black goo made out of what is it, like vegetable fungus or something?
Vegemite?
That's the Australian version.
Vegemite's shit. I'm sorry, it's terrible.
It all is.
We have Marmite here.
So it's made out of vegetables?
Yeah,
oh, it's yeast extract.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this is
it
like
tastes
Vegemite.
as bad as it looks.
Is it just salt? Right? It's pretty much just tastes like salt.
No.
Then why is it just...
I couldn't describe the taste.
It looks familiar. I think it
You can go to Walmart and get that, Craig. Make a video. Craig tries Marmite.
It looks like something that came out of my dog.
Yes, it tastes like it.
That is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, why the restroom sign? The restroom sign is from a previous place I worked 20-something years ago. When it closed down, I took it. It's been in my attic for a long time, and I decided to put it in the room in the set. So there you go. I used to work at a place called GameWorks, and that is it. So Old Renaissance Nerd says, just saw Lou Gossett passed. Digstown is still one of my all-time favorites. Thanks, Old Renaissance Nerd. Alan came in and says, Godzilla was a love story, something for the leader.
Now, yeah, Godzilla and Mothra, they have a thing. They do have a thing going. And it does make me a little jealous, but I understand.
I've heard Kirsch talk about that, and she described it in graphic detail.
Oh, wow.
In graphic detail. If Kerr ever goes in to graphic detail on anything, I'm probably out.
I'm telling you,
she described where the wings went and everything.
Well, I was trying to look at it as a romantic angle, but anytime Mothra sacrifices herself, I cry.
They certainly loved each other.
No. Wait, Mothra and Godzilla have a thing? That's a thing?
I mean, yeah, they're a thing. They're yeah.
Oh,
they are. I can't get mad at it.
Wow. Steven came in and says, Disparu heats up his tea in a microwave and uses powdered milk.
I was amazed. I only discovered this recently thanks to the horror that is TikTok. When somebody literally, it wasn't even the TikTok, they were just making tea while the TikTok was happening, and they put the tea bag in the water and they put it in the microwave. And I had to ask like 5 different Americans if this was genuinely a thing that happened or whether I was getting trolled. And like, no, we don't have kettles. Like, what?
I use a kettle.
I've only had a kettle for like the last 3 years or so. Other than that, it was a microwave.
I use
but
a
then
kettle.
you talk to people along, it's like, yeah, this is a kettle that you put on the stove. I'm like, is this the 1930s? Oh, is
Right.
the war still going on?
Yeah.
My mom got me a kettle that has its own burner under it. I love it.
Yeah.
It heats up
Look
fast.
into the wall.
Yeah, it's got all different buttons. You can
We have
press for different
electric now.
temperatures.
Yeah, the burner is electric though. It's you plug it into the wall and you set it on the burner and then it heats it up. Yeah.
Like a hot pan.
Kettles
Yeah,
have
yeah.
an element inside that heats. It's more efficient.
Listen, Disparu, I had a classmate from the United Kingdom,
like
and I had to
traveling
make
back to
her a
the Dark
tea
Ages.
once, and I used microwave.
I'm like
She was not
genuinely
happy.
triggered.
I was hoping I would at least get some points that I'm not using microwave, but I'm not
Oh, you
as
do? Yeah,
cultured.
there's definitely a scale.
Okay.
It's just I've never heard of it's like, yeah, well, you have a burner underneath the it's built into the kettle. They cost like £5.
Maybe I
also-
should try to
Kettles
find
go
one on
bad.
eBay. I need to find one on eBay and get one.
There's so many trash things lately that every time you spend money, you gotta throw them out within a year. And it's like, ugh.
It's
Authentic
clear,
British kettle.
it's clear that there are just drastic cultural differences on this show already. It's just, I don't know. It's just if we can come back together after that immense disagreement and stuff.
There is genuine snobbery in England. It's like,
Oh yeah, you guys
how
are
on
smart.
earth am I going to wait 30 seconds to boil water when I can boil it in 20? It's like, that's about it. I'm not going to wait for that. I'm going to die of old age before I get the tea.
I can respect it because sometimes you do. It's about your culture. Go ahead and protect your culture. Keep your culture going.
It's like I'm really thirsty right now. I guess I'll drink something in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, Kongzilla came in with 10 gifted memberships. Let's go. Look at that, Kongzilla. Thank you so much.
Yay!
If you guys got gifted membership, make sure you say thank you. Consider paying it forward. Blabs, read off Cloud right here.
Class says, Happy Friday to Craig, Blabs, Melon, Disparu, and he's been a member for 1 month. But did you know that we have a couple locals tips? So first one off is from Mojo. And he's
Let's
a
go.
$3 tip saying Happy Good Friday. So Happy Good Friday to you too. And then Just G makes it easy for $2 says, Love Dr. Pepper. The soda's decent too. No, listen, Dr. Pepper's absolutely disgusting.
No. He said,
Yeah, it
love,
is. There's literally a video
he's
on
saying
of me trying Dr. Pepper for the very first time on the Geeks and
Blabs.
Gamers clips. And it's like,
Blabs.
it's disgusting.
Blabs.
No,
You-
I won't
you're-
have it, Craig.
Blabs, you are missing the point of his tip. He said, love DP. The soda is decent too.
Love Dr. Pepper.
No, Blabs.
Diet Pepper?
No.
Blabs.
Is it
No.
love?
Oh.
That's adorable.
That is
Is this
adorable.
some
isn't it?
innuendo here?
Yeah,
Blabs, can
I mean,
you?
lethal will educate you.
Okay.
Yeah, Blabs, I'll tell you.
But
I would
I
actually
see.
like-
I don't even know for sure what it is. Is it dick pic?
Blabs,
Is it
go ahead
just
and-
dick?
It's got to
No,
be
it
along those
starts with a
lines.
double.
Blabs, just go and search it.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I'm just guessing. I'm throwing out words here, guys. Help me. What?
It's like you could see when the penny took the instant.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
Blabs, your turn.
What? What'd I do? Wait, guys, search up. Let's try this. Hang on, you're gonna hear my
Don't look
secretary
it up,
keyboard.
Blabs.
Urban
Don't.
Dictionary
Don't.
BP.
Please don't.
Show
I
the
don't want your
nickname-
innocence
Oh.
corrupted.
Oh no! I found it. Should I read it out loud? Urban Dictionary, shorter nickname for double penetration.
I didn't actually think you were going to read it out. It was-
Oh, this is
Insertion
awesome.
of two simultaneously into slut whore floozy bitch. Yes. Huh.
Oh.
Anyway,
well,
you learn something new every day.
Yeah, I mean, my dad used to call Dr. Pepper Sergeant Pepper after the old band. Sergeant Pepper and his Lonely Hearts Club Band. The issue was he was memeing so hard that he walked into a shop one day, forgot what it was called, looked in the fridge, was looking for Sergeant Pepper, couldn't find it, and went to some guy and asked where it was.
Where's my Sergeant Pepper?
Memed to the sun.
That's amazing. I love that.
I mean, this is where I get it from. It's like...
That's so
I'm
funny.
telling you, people like that, they create the best content creators for the internet. My dad is retarded too.
Oh my god. Daniel says my B-Day was the 27th, but I'm celebrating with friends tomorrow by watching my favorite movie, Red Dawn. Then we'll be teaching bugs democracy. Let's go, Daniel. Good for you, buddy. Chris came in and says, did y'all see that Overwatch 2 added a non-binary character to the game? I'm glad to see companies really learning their lesson. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, Chris, for sure.
I
Thank
think
you,
Valorant did as well.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, Apex beat them all.
Neon Suspenders came in with the 5, says, cheers, friends. Thank you very much, Neon Suspenders. They look lovely on you. And Gokai Silver says, love the show. Melonie, have you heard about Stella Blade having the Lara Croft cartwheel climb jump?
Really? That's so awesome. I love that.
Need to check out that Stellar Blade demo today.
By the way, I love my dad. I love retards. That's all I'm saying. Like, I wasn't saying that as an insult. I just wanted to clear the air.
I love it. I love it. It's so funny. By the way, I love my dad. Just want to let everybody know.
I didn't want everyone to think I hated my dad or something.
The Hidden V came in, says, shout out Craig and everyone on the panel. Keep up the terrific work. Melonie, don't back down. And thanks for using your voice in many different medias. Love the show and hail the fellowship. Thanks so much, Hidden V. Excellent. Stalin Falcon. Okay, says hearsay. Cancel Disparu. Heresy.
Yeah.
Kongzilla
is different, yeah.
Yes, you are correct. I'm not good at reading. Kongzilla says, saw the advanced screening of Godzilla, I guess, X Kong yesterday. I recommend it. 7 out of 10. American film. Lots of Gaga and Weta workshop, but it was a fun time.
That makes sense. That's kind of what I'm going into it expecting. I don't expect it to be like as nearly as good as -1 or anything. But hey, I'm good with a 7 out of 10.
Cool. I mean, hey, just a popcorn flick, you know? It's like,
yeah.
How I felt about Roadhouse, the new Roadhouse film. You know, it's like, hey, turn your brain off for a little bit. What's that?
Jake phase.
Jake, his God bod. Sorry. Disparu, did you have any thoughts on Jake Gyllenhaal's God bod in Roadhouse? Have you seen it?
I have no thoughts on that. I don't even know who it is.
Well, let me show you. Hold on.
It's actually Craig's
It's
new
about to get
background
Brokeback Mountain real quick in here.
The thing
Listen,
is, even if I know what you're talking about from the names, I don't.
Okay.
It's a big issue, especially.
I'm like that with pop culture with celebrities too. I don't recognize.
I don't remember names. I remember faces.
Yeah.
Well, you'll remember this body. That's ridiculous.
It looks like he's doing a Hulk cosplay.
Listen, it's
like
Craig's
bright
background,
green.
okay, on his PC. It's just like a bunch of different photos of Jake Gyllenhaal on all different screens. It's fine. He's in his Jake face.
Every day I run to my PC waiting to look at my desktop background. Going,
sometimes he tries to touch his abs,
on the ceiling above your bed, so it's the first thing you see when you wake up. It's a massive thing.
My brother's a Patriots fan, so he had a really big Tom Brady face, and I remember just looking at his, like, walking past his computer, and he had his desktop background was a modeling picture of Tom Brady holding a baby goat. It's like,
so
you could have used a football picture of him, like, but he picked a modeling picture of him holding a baby goat.
It's the goat or nothing. Brings out his eyes.
Brilliant. Well, you guys have been awesome with the super chats this morning. Thank you guys very much. If we keep reading them, we're not gonna be able to get to any news today. We got lots of news to talk about. So we will get back to the super chats in just a second after I hit a couple of the larger ones. Like Andrew came in with the 10, says, Craig, Streets of Rage, our final fight. Thank you. And here's part of my paycheck to you fine people. Andrew, thank you very much. Genuinely appreciate that. I will go with Final Fight because I'm a Super Nintendo kid, idiot.
I love Streets of Rage.
Yes. Streets of Rage is very, very.
That newest one was good too.
I didn't play 4. I didn't play 4.
So good. It's amazing. Really fun when you have people to play with. I played with my brothers. It was a blast.
It's good stuff. Games are always better with people.
And Blaze looks great. She didn't get the modern day treatment. They made her look beautiful like she always did.
That's good. That's excellent.
Yeah, it's a shocker.
And 21 Palika came in and gifted a membership. Thank you very much. If you guys got gifted that, make sure you say thank you to 21. And Muzzy Skeleton also gifted 5 memberships to the channel. That is spectacular, guys. Puts us at 27 for the day, hitting our goal. Thank you guys very much, Muzzy. Genuinely appreciate that. Carlos over with the direct donation says, you don't know how funny and stupid how IGN was yesterday by conflating the fantasy genre / story anime Frieren as being the same as isekai genre story anime. I don't know what I mean. If you think IGN's dumb, I'm dumber than them, so it's all right. It's like saying whole milk and almond milk are practically the same thing. Thanks, Carlos. I'm sorry I butchered that. Appreciate that though.
I've heard of Frieren. It's on my list to watch.
I just watched an episode last night. One episode. I liked it.
When we were talking about animes the other day, that was the one that continuously popped up. People like, Craig, you got to watch that. You got to watch that one.
It's brand new.
And St. Hugo says, I switched from kitchen to IT or it once my first kid was on the way. Imagine my tired smiles at the so-called problems between the staff, HR, and so on. So glad I always kept my game tinkering as my hobby. Anyways, have a great weekend. St. Hugo, awesome, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And not to be outdone, sorry, I gotta get this last one up. This just came in as Melonie. Melonie, Andrew came in with a $50.
Hey.
Blabs, go ahead and read that one off.
Hey, Melly, I have an alarm set up saying that if I'm not at the gym, then it calls me just some extra gym motivation I need.
Amazing. I love that for you. We need more of this energy with people.
I just call it a toe gaff. It's backwards what the actual word is, so I can't.
Oh yeah, on my streams I say gaff it.
I just say toe gaff. I think it's fun. It sounds like toe and
toe gaff is good.
Toe gaff.
I like it.
Don't be such a toe gaff.
I've always liked the difference between like men and women going to the gym. Women are like, I need to do this because it'll make me look better. And men are like, if I don't do another lift, my family's going to die.
Yeah, I love that. If I can't lift this, then I'm gay and my family will die.
All right, before we get to hard news, let's do the brand new segment sweeping the nation. It's today in video game history. Blabs, what do we got?
Okay, guys. If you want to feel super old, because I do, Lego Star Wars, the video game. So the very first Lego Star Wars video game came out 19 years ago today in 2005.
Wait, hold on. Is that accurate box art? Was the first Lego Star Wars game a Game Boy Advance game?
That's what gaming history was telling me that is the original box art because I had that for PC. But like it was also on Game Boy Advance, PC. I just couldn't get a proper one for like a Square, so I used the Game Boy Advance. But that's what I was told Game Boy Advance first came out with it. And then we also have Digimon World Dust that is 17 years old today. And for all you Wii smashers out there, Guitar Hero Metallica is 15 years old today.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, I love that Lego Star Wars game, man. That slaps. The end.
And I think Guitar Hero is going to make its way back here sooner than later. I really do.
I love Guitar Hero.
I mean, it was the craze for a long time.
Yeah, so fun.
I think that they'll eventually reboot it and it'll catch because it's been a decade, and I think people will be all about it when it comes back. Yeah, go ahead.
I think the biggest issue is just now with the copyrighted music with content creators and stuff, because a lot of people want to stream it and things like that. So that's going to be the hardest thing to navigate because, I mean, you're going to miss out on a huge audience if streamers can't stream it, you know?
Yeah,
it didn't really go away. It just kind of moved platforms under different brands. Like mobile phones have similar games.
Right.
There was went into VR where they're now like slashing the blocks in time with the music and stuff. So
that's true.
Still around for different things.
Yeah, good point. But there is something cool about playing the fake plastic guitar, though. You know,
I loved it.
I wasn't a big fan. I also had that Beatles one.
Oh, that was
good. I like that one better, just maybe because I'm more of a Beatles fan than Metallica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beatles rock band. Yeah, I think that's
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, we've dilly-dallied long enough. Let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. All right. Blabs has been begging to talk about this all week as it has been on the run sheet and we've never got to it. But she really, 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 really wants to let you know that Elder Scrolls turns 30 this year.
Well, I mean, listen, if you're born in 1994, you are hitting 30 this year and therefore geriatric. The end.
Chance would be a fine thing.
I feel ancient.
All right.
I wish I was geriatric this year.
Listen, but yeah, Elder Scrolls turns 30 this year. I hope you guys feel it in your bones. That's all I have to say.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Just me and you, Blabs. Hold on. You got
No.
Okay. Blabs, that's been on the run sheet for a week.
Yes.
And every day.
It was supposed to be a quick hit to show how old games are for gaming history. It was technically supposed to be part of the gaming history segment, but
why
only
didn't you put it in there?
Because I don't have the exact date for it. It's not this week. It's this year, Craig.
Blabs.
What?
We had all. Listen to me.
Jesus Christ.
You had all week, Blabs.
Yeah.
And that's all you brought was now you're old?
Yes. What you want me to say? It's 30 years old. Cucaracha? Like, what do you want?
All right.
What?
Blabs just wanted to
love
insult
it.
people older than her. That was, I'm still young, folks. That's what that was.
I'm still thriving.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's move on to another riveting story here. Something that's not 30 years old, not even old yet. It's not even made yet, but Borderlands 4 is officially in active development. Did y'all like the Borderlands games?
I liked the first two, but the third one I just couldn't. The writing was so cringe. I was over it, and it got like super woke as well. They had like their they them character and this, that, and the other, and every single joke, every other sentence was a dick joke. I'm like, is this all they've got?
It was, yeah, I think I tried to play through one, then started playing through two, got further into it. And every time I just got distracted by a different game. It's like, there's only so much I can mindlessly shoot things, pick up a slightly better gun, and then shoot another thing. It's like, there needs to be something a bit more in-depth.
Yeah, I really liked 1 and 2 playing. I played with my brother, though. If you're playing with friends, super fun. But yeah, I don't know. Now, Borderlands 4 in development, isn't Gearbox getting sold off for a steal right now?
Right.
By Embracer?
Yeah, that's actually the next part of this this story, which is pretty crazy, is that Take-Two has gone in and acquiring Gearbox for this sounds like it's a lot of money, $460 million. But
right.
when you think about the value of Borderlands and the total number of units sold, I mean, Borderlands 3 sold 15 million copies. The franchise has sold 74 million copies. So you're dealing with a franchise that sold 74 million copies. Just doing some, you guys know I like to bust out the calculator. Some real quick math on this. 74 million times $60 is that's $4.4 billion.
Yeah, but
revenue.
the thing is, though, is Embracer paid $1.3 billion for him, I think. So
Wow.
they're selling it for like less than half.
Getting out, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So Take-Two takes another one right there, which is interesting. And Gearbox is local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I'm at. So maybe I'll go knock on the door and be like, what are you guys thinking? No, I won't do that at all. So yeah, we can expect that game sometime eventually, maybe soon in the next 2 years. Maybe we'll see. Or 4.
I mean, after Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which I tried to play and stopped. I think I played it with one playthrough session for a few hours. Like, I can't do this. This is like mind numbing. I can see why they've gone down in value.
Well, they made they have the new show coming out as well. Don't they have a Borderlands
That movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Oh.
So it makes sense.
Talk about geriatric.
Right.
The old lady lands is what it is.
Geriatric land.
The best thing about that was everyone immediately came out and said, you should have just made them look like this. And it was just a load of cosplayers who'd put all their makeup to look like they were actually from the game.
Right.
Like, no, we just got normal people, put them in bad costumes and said, that'll do. It's like, cosplayers win every time.
They do. Yep.
They do it for the
it's
love,
so
baby.
bad. Even like, let's say like Star Wars, Ahsoka cosplayers are 10 times better than the shit that we got for live action geriatric Ahsoka. I'm just saying, everybody's geriatric.
If you're older than Blabs, you're geriatric.
That's right.
The age increases every year.
Play youngers. Whatever. It's fine. I'm fine.
Blabs, you're such a child.
Why? Why am I such a child? They literally have the worst cosplay for Ahsoka ever, and you have all these wonderful women out there who can actually do a 10 times better job. Why didn't you hire them?
True. It's true.
That's
That's
not childish, Craig. That's just busting facts.
Busting facts. There we are.
She busted some facts.
That's awesome. All right, let's move on to our next piece of hard-hitting news. Listen, guys, the video game industry has been on fire recently. It has been, there's been a war happening. It has been gamers versus media and developers. And I'll tell you this, I don't know how we're going to get past that. Oh, wait, I do. A brand new game from Bandai Namco that is 100% free, where you play as a tiny Pomeranian, and the goal is to make the house dirty.
I'm playing it tonight. I already downloaded it. It's free to play, everybody. I'm going to try it. All the reviews are overwhelmingly positive.
Yep.
I need this.
It's free.
It's on Steam. I gotta play this on my Steam Deck.
Yep.
I mean, I
You
suppose
just
I
walk
can't
around in
judge
the
too
mud.
much. There's
Look at
like a
that.
game coming out with a squirrel that uses weaponry to shoot people in the face. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I
love
want
that
to play
game.
that
but
too. I want to play Goat Simulator also. I think
Oh, Goat Simulator's great.
See,
You can like sacrifice people to Satan in that game. I know I'm a Christian, but that is a fun game, and I did sacrifice somebody to Satan.
maybe those goats are up to something.
You like grabbed him with your tongue or something and dragged him across, and then it's been a long time since I played. I can't remember for sure, but it's fun.
Actually, the more you think about this, there's loads of things. There was what was it? There was was it a duck or a swan or something?
Oh, goose.
Yeah,
Goose.
the goose. And the entire thing was just to piss people off as a goose.
Yeah.
This is like an animal genre they've all uncovered.
They sent me like a PR package of that game. So I have the physical copy and like a pair of socks with geese on it or something in like the PR box. I've never opened it or played it, but I'm just like, well, I guess I'm going to keep this for my collection. Why not?
I love that you have a PR box for Goose Game.
I know.
But
we
do
just
you
talk
have
about the name of this game though? Doronko Wanko.
Yeah, I love it. If you read the
Wanko?
description, says is a Doronko action. I don't know what Doronko is.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
guessing
Google this.
yeah, don't
Dog wanker.
yeah, don't don't Google Wanko.
No, I'm looking up Doronko.
In this game, you become a cute, innocent Pomeranian, where you make your master's home messy and dirty. Will the master be angry with me? Don't worry, because you're a sweet doggy. Like that's.
Why didn't you try to read that in some weird seductive way? That's kind of weird. what are you trying to do over there, you furry? Oh no.
In this game, you become a cute, innocent Pomeranian. Will the master be angry with me?
Oh.
You are a sweet doggy.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Don't like that at all. Anyways, well, we can definitely expect a playthrough of that soon. Though,
What are the microtransactions going to be? Because if it's free to play,
Right.
it's going to have some. What are you going to do?
Well,
Are there going to be
I
skins
will
for the
let
dog?
Collars
I'm
and
playing it later.
vests,
Put him in like a
maybe
superhero
hats.
costume.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play later today. I already have it installed because it's free. So I'm gonna stream it later after.
This has been on Blab's calendar. She's like,
Oh, dude, I sent it to Craig last night, and I was like, I'm so down for this game.
we should play it on the Plays channel. People will love it. People will love it. It'd be great. All right, let's move on to another story here, real quick. This actually involves a community member who makes games. There's a game called The Great Rebellion, and I checked this game out. It's on Steam. It is very much about like a dystopian future, and it kind of pushes against the current narrative. That's kind of the idea. It's a well-made game called The Great Rebellion, and they sent me this morning, and I am fascinated by this because it's almost like prophetic in it. But this game has been locked out in Germany, but it's still available everywhere else. And they said, we assume another ban in this country is incoming. Again, Germany is going complete apeshit with the censorship and repression. Ridiculous. How precedent. Okay. Anyways, look, they put together, they put together this achievement. They're locked out for this game, and in it they have an achievement that says banned in Germany.
Awesome.
have over 1,000 negative social credit score. And that's what it's all about. It's all about like social credit score and stuff. And you run, and the fact that Germany has gone in is like, nope, can't play this game there. Pretty crazy. So go check it out. Go check out The Great Rebellion over on Steam.
I like that they like made it their own. Like one of the achievements is actually banned in Germany. Like that's the way to own it. That's the way to do it.
Yes.
Like, that's nice. That's a good way.
Well, you keep seeing it on Twitter. People will periodically post it. They get a message going, someone has reported you for maybe breaking a law in Germany, but you haven't broken any of our rules, so no action is being taken. And it's always Germany. They're just one of the issues with trying to legislate the internet. You can't do it because people are in other countries where you have no power. It's a very weird thing. It's like, well, we've got problems, so we'll just stop people talking about them.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of truth in that. And I feel like they are, Germany is trying to overcorrect for their very, very big bad correction to where they are so censorship, they're so censorship inclined over there that, I mean, the game is not that bad. It just kind of talks about social credit scores and the dystopian future and stuff. It's not anything that would harm any child's mind. It's just wrong think right now. And that's the crazy thing about it. So yeah. All right. I'm sending our link to Grummz. Grummz wants to join us because the next story. The next story we're going to talk about here is something that I've been pretty active in over the last, I guess this morning. Let's start to go over here on X because we've seen this conversation happening. Obviously, the last month has been crazy. This whole Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, the Sweet Baby Inc. Detected group with Cabrutus. And that's really where all this started, was the SBI detected group with Cabrutus. And we've seen people create coverage of this. And, obviously we're, a YouTube channel. We have this outlet where we talk about these things on a day-to-day basis, and it's awesome. But I have been on the other side of this from a traditional website perspective, which is why I was so interested in this story here from Niche Gamer. Niche Gamer says, came out over here, and they're responding to the Elon Musk tweet. Says, it should not be acceptable for any company in the game industry to be racist and sexist against quote unquote white guys. And this is coming off of if you go any further, this is the global head of marketing here for Xbox that said this the other day about raise your hand if you're not a white man and want to buy video games, right? And she backtracked that. She locked her stuff, and Elon Musk tweeted about it. Well, Niche Gamer came in and says, while we do agree with the base sentiment of gaming companies, quote, overplaying their hands per se, unfortunately, we can't cover this particular story or more stories like this without potentially getting punished by the PR firms hired by those same game companies who we have to rely on to get access to video games for review and coverage purposes, ranging from smaller devs to mid-size operations, even AAA game companies and publishers alike. Because a lot of those same PR companies, those PR people, support the people who hold these similar views, like what Elon is referring to here. We're already having significant issues and experiencing roadblocks regarding getting access to AAA titles because we have covered the Sweet Baby Inc. stories alone. It's quite unfortunate. So there's that. And then they posted this because there was some, I'd say there's some pushback. Some people were understanding of it. Some people were not. And they responded with, "We made this post last night because we're fed up with the status quo. To anyone saying that we're, quote, bending the knee, this post is to say we're not. Making that post will already irritate the people, causing us issues, and it's time we stop placating to them. We're committed to free expression and enthusiast press. That means we want people to make and play games they want to play, and we want to share the news you care about. That's what we stand for, and that's what we're going to do." So my take on this is very simple. Name the companies, name the PR companies, call them out.
Yeah, this is pretty widespread though in general with like content creators and stuff too. If you're not basically a shill for them, like they might have a little bit of leeway, but if you're not basically just a shill for them, or if you have any opinions they don't like, for example, with me and my Christian values and all that. Yeah, I used to get PR like game codes all the time. I hardly ever had to buy new releases. I was on all the mainstream PR lists. And once I started speaking out against the vaccine mandates, all that kind of stuff that people were pushing for, that's when I stopped getting codes for games. I stopped, they took me off their list and all that kind of stuff. So it's insane. It's been like this for a while. And it's like, it's at the point now, if people actually want reviews with integrity, then you need to wait until these outlets or creators or whoever you're following for reviews are buying the games themselves, because anything that these companies are sending PR units for or codes and all that, it's because they're approved. So yeah.
Right.
The thing is,
this was a response here. PR companies looking at this right now, and they said, "You're right. And unfortunately, we'll probably face more backlash from tweeting this out. But it's not fair to be called out by IKEA and other places for, quote, refusing to cover stories. In an ideal world, you think talking about this without bias would be worth something, but it isn't."
Yeah.
So, I think that I have an interesting perspective on this because I've been on both sides of this. I've had conversations with PR people literally this morning about this. And I want to be clear, like I like the Niche Gamer site. I think they do great work. It doesn't mean I necessarily agree with this take. But joining us now is Grummz. Grummz, how are you, man?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you guys?
Welcome on in.
Thank you very much. Oh, I'm finally on the stream with Disparu. That's great. I've been asking him. It's like, I want to be on the stream and meet you.
Yeah,
Perfect.
It's like, I don't stream on my own channel, so it's like, well, unless it's gonna be Helldivers. I'm not probably gonna be playing Helldivers, but
we'll put you guys next to each other so you guys can have man.
Aw.
It is interesting with these things though, when they're like, you would think that being unbiased in these things and just reporting it would be objective, but it isn't. It's like, yes, you can't compromise with these people by saying, well, I agree with you that this shouldn't be the case, but I'm also not going to talk about it to please them. They will hate you anyway.
Right.
Like, you either agree with them or you're with everybody else. If you're going to do this, you may as well pick a side and talk about it. Because there is no middle ground, and it doesn't matter what you think about, it doesn't matter what your morality, what your principles are, that middle ground doesn't exist because they will not let it exist in the first place, which is why they've actually got as far as they have in this, because they move into an area, expel everybody else, and it just gets more and more extreme as they talk to each other and keep contributing and slowly incrementalizing a lot further and further away. And so all the people are like, no, but I just want to do this. Like, we're way past that. The bias is gone. Either talk about it or shut up. And what you are doing now is bending the knee. It's like, well, I agree with you, but I'm also going to try and be on their side. And I disagree with everything they're doing, but I still want to be with them, which is, I think, what most people would consider the lowest position.
It's cowardly.
Well, I'll say this. Having worked with PR companies and Grummz, I'm anxious to hear your take on this as well. They're already tarnished. They've already have the X against their name, and if they get anything, it's almost out of spite because they don't want to. The run around here that I got for years at Screw Attack when we covered news was, well, we don't have any codes. That's a lie. You can have as many codes as you want. on Steam forever. That you can have as many as you want, and like, well, we only have so many. No, you don't. You have as many as you want to give out, and it just depends on if you're on the trusted media source. And the idea that I kind of went back and forth with a couple of writers from Niche Gamer this morning, and I want to be clear. I invited them both on. Both of them were unable to make it. I reached out to the owner of Niche Gamer as well, and invited him on as well. Sent him a DM. If he makes it, cool. If he doesn't, that's fine too. Because I'd much rather have conversations with them than about them. With that said, one of the arguments was, well, I don't have $60 to buy the game, right? And it's like, I get that. I understand that. That is an expense that you as a business have to figure out if you want to make. If you want to spend $60 on a game, are you going to receive $60 in revenue from writing that article back, right? These are all literally business decisions that you have to make. And the other argument is, no, it's way bigger than video games. It's way more than just the $60 game. It's about access. It's about going to live events. It's about going to these live events and being able to talk to these developers firsthand and being a part of that. And to that, I say, like, that's null and void. Twitter ruined that. The internet's ruined that. There's no, like, these live events where you're announcing things. It's all announced instantaneously anyways. So I would much rather have a great relationship with my audience than compromise by having to bend to their rules without using the term bending their knees. Grummz, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, man.
I have excuse me. I have a bit of a different take on this. I think it's important to, recognize what has worked in the past and what hasn't. And one thing that the left really does well, and the one reason why they keep winning, is because they close ranks.
Yeah.
And to an extreme degree. I mean, you've got the Prime Minister of Canada doing things that are very against their belief system, but they close ranks. They stick up for each other. The right, on the other hand, I think because, the right has a sense of moral obligation, a code, if you will, that the code is very important, like a warrior's code. And if you violate that code, that gets called out. But I think there needs to be guerrilla tactics here. I think we have to really be careful about going after our own.
Yep.
And I'll be a little more specific here. I think that as long as you're still fighting, I think the right should support you. And everyone fights to the best of their ability. Okay. And I don't see Niche Gamer quitting. Their articles on Black Girl Gamers, their articles on Sweet Baby Inc. are still up there. They even self-admit that their own tweet is designed to irritate the PR contacts that they have. Everyone fights their own ability. As long as you keep fighting, Niche Gamer is an asset. If Niche Gamer pisses off all their PR contacts and they can no longer float, let's face it, these sites don't make a lot of money. It's really tough out there with advertising, and paying for games sounds simple, but there could be other alternatives to that. I'm not saying there aren't, but we're better off with Niche Gamer being around and fighting than not being around. And listen, this is not just relegated to news sites. We have so many anon supporters, right? Tons of my followers. They're all anonymous. They can't afford to be not anonymous, or they would be kicked out of their jobs and they would be canceled, and they have no means to fight back. I have developers coming to me telling me what's really going on inside because they're frustrated. They can't out themselves. So, there are real repercussions to this. And I think as long as everyone's fighting and fighting to the best of their ability, that's okay.
The issue is the tweet immediately made that not the case. Like, what that did was piss off their audience because they essentially said, well, we'd like to agree with you, but we can't. So now you've pissed off both sides, which is what happens if you sit on the fence. And it's like, yeah, you can have no other option. But if it is like, well, I would lose my job for this, and it's like, no one's going to be like, yeah, you should just lose your job and your family and whatever. They would have just been better not putting this tweet out, because this isn't going to do anything to the PR things. They've essentially kicked a beehive and gained nothing for it.
Yeah, I agree that it was not a good strategy or tactic, and I think maybe it was made hastily. But Should we jump all over them for it? I think we're better off figuring out, asking, and this is what I sent to Brandon, the owner, and this is what I tweeted. How can we help? Can we start a fund to get you games so that you're more independent of this stuff? Rather than, picking them to death over this one thing, we close ranks and we figure out a way.
Yeah, for me, this story isn't necessarily about niche gamer. It's about the access that if there's a niche gamer, there's, give me 20, 30, 40, 50 other sites out there just like them that are struggling with the same thing, right? This is about the access that you are granted if you think a certain way, and the access you are not granted by these PR companies if you don't. That's the bigger issue here. Niche gamer is just a part, that they're just a something to point at right now as an example of this. The bigger problem is that, once again, this comes back to an ideology that if you don't agree with this, you're out. So yeah, I certainly agree.
Blackmail. Now, one thing that's interesting that's happened before, you see it in the tech space a lot. If any of the tech people come out and go, well, we'll give you this laptop, but we need good reviews, all of the other tech sites immediately converge and they'd be like, we're not standing for this. They all put out videos, and that is them closing ranks. The issue is, in gaming, it is essentially the people in charge versus the gamers, as we've seen from various different comments recently. And so it would be nice if the other gaming channels did come out and be like, we won't stand for this. But if everybody's together, it's like, no, I want the games because that allows me to get the stuff first. You were essentially being blackmailed. And it's like, well, are you really fighting if what you care about is the release date of a game?
Right.
Well, it depends on what they publish after this. Like if they start, look, I don't know if you guys already discussed how Black Girl Gamer sent a cease and desist to the Park Place. But they're stepping it up, right? And they're based in UK. I was wrong about that. They're not a US based group. They're a UK based group, and they're reaching over the pond to get someone to write a cease and desist. You can get a lawyer to write anything, so that's not impressive of its own. But that is, maybe they got a letter too. Who knows? They've definitely published an article about BGG. We don't know what pressures there are there. As long as they keep fighting and keep putting up articles, then I'm okay with it. If they stop and they go silent, then I'd be like, okay, they're compromised.
Right.
I agree.
I'm with that. I think what and what really helps with this kind of situation is a supportive community. And just like Grummz was just saying earlier, like, hey, take some action, some initiative of maybe how can the community help to fund them buying games so that they can review them. For example, what we've seen time and time again in this space is that the community is willing to support creators who are fighting against this stuff. I mean, they're supporting all of us. And so I think in Niche Gamer's case, instead of just their approach that they took, that was a time to reach out to the community, let them know the situation. And instead of just having kind of a weak answer to it, should have been, hey, our integrity is more important. We're going to say what we want to say. And because of this, we will be needing support and relying on viewer support. So here is a portal where if you want to help support keeping the website running and getting us buying us games for us to review, this is how you can do that.
Melonie, they could have handled this so much better. You're right. They could have said, listen, we are under intense pressure right now. You wouldn't believe the types of things they're asking us to pull down or censor or everything else. We need your help. We're about to get our game access cut off. We're starting a fund. They could have made this into a rallying point. And, both Kabrutus and I responded immediately with how can we help? And there's been no answer. And I know Brandon, the owner, from GG1, right? And I reached out to him asking the same thing this morning, and I'm hoping to hear back. But I think they really have an opportunity to make this a rallying point, make niche gamers stronger rather than being a question mark.
Someone in chat raised a good point. They could always take the Jack Sparrow route.
What's that?
if they're not, if it's like, believe in our ideology or we won't send you code. I mean, they could consult with Jack Sparrow in Minecraft.
But one of the issues with the game thing specifically is because it takes like 30 hours to complete a game before you can review it. getting it before launch is a major thing because you can have it
Right.
out on launch when everyone's looking to buy it. So lots of YouTubers have.
But let's be real. All these reviews, anyway, even if you get them in advance, they're always biased and slanted.
Yeah,
And none of them actually even, not none of them, but many of them don't even finish the game before they review it. So it's like, all right.
If a company,
Kotaku. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
If a company is asking you that, well, you can't talk about this issue, they'll definitely be telling you to not talk about other things or not mention other things or influence your reviews in other places. So it really is a slippery slope of, once they have power over you and they can hold you over you, they'll hold it for more and more and more and more and more. So at some point, people are going to hit a line. There will be a line where it's like, oh, I can't do this.
With the Tomb Raider remasters reviews, the Kotaku, the editor just outright, they gave it a bad review and said, oh, I played bits and pieces of each game, like didn't even beat one of them out of the trilogy. But I mean, you should be beating them all. But that's just where things are at. But they get a code. But then someone like myself, who's been a massive Tomb Raider fan and who has been pushing these remasters like crazy, whenever somebody on the team actually did try to get me a code for the game ahead of time, and he got shot down. So yeah.
Well, I'll say this. Okay. Let's go back to the original GG. Okay. What was it about? You ask one person over here, they're going to say it was about harassment. The other side's going to say it was about journalism, right? What is this about? How did this whole thing start, right? This started with a group on Steam and then it snowballed when Kotaku wrote the story, leaving things out, right? They left things out. It goes back to gaming journalism. What is Niche Gamer, right? They're a site, a game journalist site, and I think that's the thing that really, like, you have an opportunity to make a stand right now. You should make that stand. You're tarnished goods already. These people who are at these whether it's events, whether it's PR companies that run these events or have access to these companies, like I said, you're already damaged goods at this point, right? You might as well just burn the bridge and trust your community, because at the end of the day, your community will back you. If your relationship with your audience is strong enough, they will back you. They will help you if your crusade is true. And that's what I go back to with this. And like I said, this is a much bigger part than Niche Gamer. And Disparu, I think you nailed it, man. Like, other sites need to come out and be like, yeah, we're not playing this. And they need to band together and say, no, we're not doing this anymore. If you want coverage, awesome. Then let's actually treat each other like adults, and we will provide you with, the impressions, the page views, whatever. Provide us with the codes, but we're not playing this game where if you do this, we're going to do this. We're not doing this pay for play thing, because that's really what it is. Yeah. So that's the bigger issue with this for me, for sure.
The other issue is just from like an internet competition perspective. On the internet now, you're competing against literally everybody else, and everybody can talk about this stuff. And the audience can find somebody which is one of the best things about YouTube. If you want to talk about anything, you can find someone who's almost custom made for you. They will literally present things just how you like, because there's so many people doing it. There's one thing for everybody. And if you are under these restrictions, you become just like a gray sludge, because you can't add anything of like your own spin into anything. You've all got to stay within really predefined limits. And so you end up like everybody else, and you won't stand out, and people won't choose you. And if you actually come up with something like unique or original, or that might actually contact better with an audience, you will grow more than being just the generic corporate sludge that so many other people are, because they all have to obey the same rules.
And when it comes down to like reviews, yes, having the first review out is very important, right? Getting out there first is important, specifically if you're looking for like a text review via a website. But here's the reality of it, right? Niche Gamer and all these smaller websites that don't make a whole lot of money, they're fighting against Goliaths that have decades of SEO, decades of traction on Google that will automatically rise them above whatever Niche Gamer has, right? And so I would think, and I think this just comes down to personal approach, right? I would rather take my time with a review and establish that, hey, you can trust my take on this. It may be a week late, but you can trust my take. And I trust that we'll make more than the $60 and enough to pay the writer for this based off of based off that. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with all this whole thing. It's like I said, I like the site. I just don't necessarily agree with this position.
I don't have their stats of traffic or anything, but I can't imagine reviews are that impactful for their revenue.
Right.
People retweet niche gamer articles because of their political and editorial articles. They don't retweet the reviews. That gets very few likes. I don't, anyways. Again, I don't have access to the full traffic.
I agree. That's my impression too.
Yeah, so I don't think that and I think you have to build a different revenue model if you're going to fight cancel culture. Look at Twitter, right? Twitter, Elon has come out and said that they can't be held hostage by their advertisers. Therefore, Twitter Blue subscriptions are extremely important to the site. So I think that Niche Gamer should have said nothing, first of all, but if they're going to say anything, they should have had a plan. They should have pivoted to offering subscriptions as well as a gaming fund or something like that. And they could have used it as an opportunity. I agree, it was a strategic mistake. And I agree with Craig that they were better off saying nothing. But now that they're here, I think the next couple of days is going to be crucial for them.
Agreed. Like, I actually think this could very much damage their brand.
Yeah.
Like if because I think it was kind of a reckless statement, or at least it wasn't thought out all the way through, because it can be perceived so negatively. And as we all know, that once somebody puts that negative thought in their head, you are like, goes back to the PR people. You are what they think you are, regardless of if you're that or not. Perception is reality. So it's a mess. Well, Grummz, I appreciate your thoughts on this, man. I know you're busy working on all sorts of fun stuff. So if you need to bounce, you can bounce. But
yeah, thanks for having me. I just wanted to pop on and give my 2 cents, and I appreciate the airtime.
Of course, buddy. Of course. Is there anything you want to plug?
Just my Twitter.
Okay.
We've been growing rapidly, about anywhere from 800 to 1,600 users a day. So please join my Twitter at Grummz. And if you like what I do, if you like the exposés I do on the inside baseball of gaming, please consider subscribing as well. That works out really well and pays for my game fund. Thank you very much.
Love it. All right, Grummz. See you later, buddy.
Bye-bye.
We'll need to get Disparu. We'll need to get you and Grummz on another stream together, so you guys can just stare at each other. Be great. Appreciate Grummz popping in, man. Good dude. Fighting the good fight and really exposing these people for what they are. With that said, I hope that Niche Gamer, I hope that they figure out what they need to figure out with this, and they take the stand they need to take. So, any closing thoughts on that before we move on to the next part?
No, it's just I agree with you. I don't know why the point really needs to be made, but it seems to every time. When you said it's not about the company, this is like, it's bigger than that. You are essentially fighting an idea that a load of people have subscribed to for various different reasons, either because they think it's the dominant social order, or because I think very few people actually agree with it. They just convince themselves they do, or they do it out of being blackmailed or because it's so oppressive, kind of thing. It's very rarely about the person, and it is. You are essentially fighting an idea. And the only way you can fight that kind of thing is if you come up with a better idea that wins people to you.
Now, I'll say this. I put this out about this. I just said, name the companies. You can't compromise over a $60 game, right? And Dash Attack came in and says, I think one of them might be Pirate PR because they follow a lot of SBI simps. I follow the group for when I was looking for codes, and I noticed that they follow a lot of Sims and bad actors. Can't confirm it's them. Could be multiple. And Jonathan,
it's kind of all of them across the border like this. Like this, just the industry. It's yeah.
And Jonathan came in and said, Jonathan writes for Niche Gamer. He's the reviews editor over there. He says it's multiple, but it's mainly the biggest firms who are the issue. Smaller firms are just happy to get coverage for their games, even if they fundamentally disagree with us as a site or as people. Yeah,
larger firms have HR departments and PR departments, and they rule the company because they control the hiring and who they deal with. And those departments are almost universally made up of exactly the same. You will be able to guess who's in the HR and PR departments without me even telling you. You can have an image and then go through all these comments. It will look exactly the same. Every time.
Yeah, I mean, pick it out, man, for sure. Oh, wow. Oh wow! I just pulled up some Clown World stuff, Blabs. I didn't look at the video, and I was like, oh my goodness, wow, that's crazy. We'll get to that in just a minute. Good Lord! But before we do, I need to let you know that CR Vox came in with 10 gifted memberships to the channel. Thank you very much, CR Vox. If you guys got gifted those memberships, make sure you say thank you. Look at that, CR Vox. I'm going to get you on the wall. That is spectacular. Also spectacular is Raider, who came in with a $200
wow
direct donation. Says request Waterfalls by TLC. Oh no, you
that's
don't know
such a good song.
It is.
That was my
know
jam
it.
when I was a kid.
I think Melonie should sing this one if that's her jam.
Well, Raider has suggested Blabs in the Tower Tard accent.
Oh God.
Oh,
Mel in the angry German.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
Craig in the Dylan Mulvaney accent.
Oh, we all singing together. Wow.
yeah. I mean, TLC is three girl
True.
group, so we got
You
this.
lucked out, Disparu.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Good.
Yeah, Disparu's not in.
I wouldn't. No.
This was like I wouldn't even fathom Jason.
Did you want the stream to end again? Because that's what would happen if I started singing.
It was like my favorite song when I was a kid.
Blabs, do you know the song? Surely you do. Okay. Okay. Well, do you want us to just sing it now or before we get to the clown world?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Blabs, are you ready?
Yeah, I
figured
pulled
that-
up the lyrics that way in case I forget something. Where are we
Okay.
going? The chorus bit?
Yeah. Waterfalls by I'm gonna look it up too. So here's the thing. When you say Dylan Mulvaney accent, is that just my natural voice?
No, I tend to be a dude pretending to be a little girl because that's this all girl thing.
Just pretend like it's day 502 of being a woman.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretend that you
okay.
have to put a tampon up your, because you're a man woman thing.
Oh, pretend you're in the Acolyte.
Mhm. But before we continue, I just want to get this locals tips from Just G Make It Easy. He says, "Hey, purple sticker, Just G said screw it and did an annual sub instead of a month last night after watching yesterday's stream. Give me my sticky. I wants the wall. Hail,
Okay.
side scrollers."
Okay, let's get him on the wall. Let's get him on the wall. He's doing an annual membership over on Locals. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see that. Let's see. That was
He said it was yesterday, last night after watching yesterday's stream.
okay. Got it. We'll just go. We'll put it easy on the wall. Easy. Love it.
Easy.
Love it for that annual membership over on Locals. Thank you very much. Genuinely appreciate that. All right, are we ready to sing? Easy. There you go. I'm gonna get you up. All right, let's start at the chorus.
But like which chorus? Like which one? There's
the
no
first
chorus.
one.
Okay.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to
Okay.
your rivers and lakes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Melonie, I'm going to let you count us down, and I'll let you lead us in your German accent.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Don't
Go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all. But I think you're moving too fast. Oh, baby. I've seen the rainbow yesterday, but too many storms have come and passed away.
Okay.
Wow.
Woo.
You know those moments in your life where you're like, how did I end up here?
It's every day for us between 11 a.m. Central Time and 12:30. Raider, thank you so
Welcome,
much.
chat.
That's awesome.
Look how many
All right.
tomatoes we got. Rough.
We even
No,
got a
no,
look
no
at it,
tomatoes.
yay.
No, that's
I thought
ridiculous.
that was our best chorus yet.
That was good. No, get those tomatoes out of here. That's crazy. All right.
See, people thought the internet would revolutionize the human species. We'd all be hyper intelligent, masters of the universe. We'd be in space with hoverboards, and instead,
This
we
is-
sing
yeah.
the different
You're
accents.
welcome.
Here we are. That's right. Here we are. All right. Look, we got a bunch of other gaming stuff we could talk about, but I think it's really important that at this point in the show we head to Clown World. Are you all ready for Clown World?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Clown. Clown.
Look at her.
It's a
Wow.
It's
She's
just-
really hyped for the Godzilla this weekend.
I have not watched this, Blabs.
Not want to be a moth in her house.
No. No moth is safe.
Is this safe to watch, Blabs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure.
We'll see.
Here we go.
No, not my eyeballs. My.
Oh, that's a dude. It
I
has-
see a beard, but I also see titties. Like,
Oh.
It's
Oh,
a look.
I
Wait,
can't
did they
tell.
dye green eyes?
Yep.
So wait,
They
so real
tattooed their
quick,
eyes.
You're telling me that this person has mental issues. Oh, okay, got it. Sounds good. Let's go.
are
continue.
you sure?
This is like a game of guess the IQ.
7. Let's continue.
Balls. You know, down there at the danglers. Yeah, I had them removed in 2018. It's called an orchiectomy. As I consider myself to be a genderless dragon, and I will at some point get a full penectomy, and I will have no gender, no genitalia to identify my gender. I love that. Yeah. Bye bye, balls. Bye bye. It's been nice loving you. Right.
Okay.
But-
So
Dragons breed.
Right?
This would know he's a dragon.
here's
Like,
my
I don't. If you wanted to be a dragon, surely you'd want to imitate a dragon as much as possible. Like you'd become Welsh.
If you would have told
Greg's
people,
down with that already.
You'd get chased around by a guy called George.
Yeah.
I
You
gotta be
told
honest.
People years ago be like, oh yeah, people will be cutting off their wieners and be celebrating it.
Did you see the bumps on his head though?
Oh,
Yeah, I thought it was just walking around New York late at night.
I gotta be honest. I fully embrace this. If they want to go and they want to mutilate their body like this and become genderless dragons, let them. You know, like let them. Let's see. Like they will. Like who the weirdos are. When you look-
yeah.
you know
I
what I
know
At
mean?
least
anyway. They live in
hurt
California.
anybody if he, because like somebody like this is deranged. So if he's cutting off the wiener, then he's not gonna use it against somebody.
Listen, I have a request. I need the Legion of Memers to make Craig's face on that lizard. Thank you.
What? Why would you do that? Gosh.
I just
Yeah,
feel like there's better
specifically
ways to
then.
become a dragon. Like,
Yeah.
like you could wear a full costume.
True.
Is it the Chinese do the big dragon
Yeah, the Chinese
parades and stuff?
dragon,
They're
yeah.
awesome. Get yourself one of those. Get yourself a whole team,
Right.
like, team of people that want to be dragons and walk down the road with it.
My- Okay, so we go to one dragon with no balls to a lady with 2 heads.
Oh, I've seen this.
As,
Yeah.
Brother, ew.
Yes, for real.
Conjoined twin Abby Hensel of TL. They have a show, Abby and Brittany. Okay,
So I
Now
knew
Mary-
of them from way back. They had a show, or they were at least on a show, like a 60 Minutes or something like that. Because I feel like ever since they were a kid or a teenager, because I remember them.
I think those are the same two that said when one of them gets with somebody, the other one kind of just turns their brain off, is the way they described it as. They're not even really in the room. Because they said, do you like the same guys? They went, no. we do
Wow.
not have the same taste in men. So one exits during the time.
there's so much. There's so many questions, and I think those are like logical questions to ask. You know,
Mhm.
like if you're with a guy and the other one doesn't want to be with a guy, but does she still feel it? You're still using the same body, right? Right? Like
Right, they have the same body.
Have they
You'd
answered
assume
these
that only one of them would feel it.
I
So
think
what if
one
you
of them-
liked the other one, but the other one felt it, and the one
Right,
you liked
they
didn't?
both feel. Yeah, I think one of them has more body sensation than the other one in general. And if I'm remembering correctly, the one that's kind of off to the side more, she does have less function than the other one. The other one was the main one, you can tell. But I
sounds
started.
really,
How do
really
they
weird.
walk? They'd be like, I don't
They
want to go
work
this way. And they just like fall
They
over.
work together.
Well, one of
They-
them controlled.
Yeah, they control each limb, each other. But they make it happen.
I mean, I got to be honest. More power to them. I mean,
I don't think with the marriage. No. I'm just gonna say that's if
No,
if quote
look.
you, if that was me, I would have made a pact with my twin to say we're either staying single forever or you can cut my head off and you can live without me. Because no.
See, we're entirely different. I would fight the other me for supremacy. I'd be like, I get to choose.
This was like for democracy.
Yeah, it's like only one of us could lead this. It's gonna be me.
Just internally struggling.
My goodness.
I'm just like, there's a total missed opportunity for the best Ogre Magi cosplay in the history of time.
Okay.
They would get so many likes on that. I don't know if you Ogre Magi from Dota.
Yeah, I know. I know your reference. I get it, and I love it. Like, I feel like they could do so much. They could be huge in the nerd space.
They could.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be the best cosplay in the history of time. Nobody could beat that. No, all cosplayers would quit. They'd be like, we can't compete.
Well, good for them. The guy has. I'm not even going to say it. Not even going to say it. I was going to talk about holes. I'm not.
Well, you're going to talk about like the whole DP, but there's only one though.
Someone said now both girls can tell. Now he can hear that. Not today. I have a headache from 2 girls.
Oh yeah, and he also gets nagged twice.
Double the women, double the nagging.
God. And finally, let's finish up.
Is that even legal? Being married to the 2 of them at the same time? I guess so, considering you have people.
Yeah, I just think it's weird. I some people are like, oh, it could be wholesome. I don't see in any universe that could be wholesome. Like, I'm sorry, it's sad. It's a sad scenario, and it's sad if somebody is in that position like they are. But there's no way that somebody marrying one of them is not weird, like creepy. People call me judgmental all they want. No way. There's no way.
Imagine all the hormones, because that's technically speaking, there's 2 women. I mean, I get there's only one body, one thing down there, but like still, that's 2 women.
It is, yeah. It's
that's double the personality. So whenever your wife is
the
already
worst
having
part as well.
Mental breakdowns, there's gonna be 2 of them.
It's one of those situations where it's like, hey, we're in an imperfect world. Some people we have to just we have to work with the cards we're dealt, and that is just. I'd be staying single forever in that situation.
Wow, I mean,
yeah, but what if the other one didn't? What if the other head disagreed with
cut the head off, like
that'd take you out as well.
Be like, hey, cut my head off then. I'm saying we need to be single. Okay, sis, we gotta be single. If you don't agree, then you can cut my head off, because I'm not doing this.
Wow.
Let's get a one other person that should probably be single. These women here. And by the way, good for them. They deserve to be happy. It's just, as they already know, weird. It's just weird, and that's okay. So
I imagine they've got a great sense of humor. Like, seriously, you would have to have a great sense of humor living that life.
Yeah.
All the thing, it tends to be other people going, oh, I can't believe you're doing that. You shouldn't do that. It's like they're fine with it. They've been used to this their entire lives, and you come up with comedy as a way of coping. So I
do hope they're happy, and I root for them to be happy in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, naturally. Now, I do not root for these people to be happy in life. As let's go to Popeye's Chicken for this.
Oh no!
We got ourselves a good old brawl. Let's check it out.
Wait, everyone came out for it.
The guest that just walked in is helping. It's like, whoa.
He's just like, nah, I'll go to KFC.
You got to watch this whole thing, because the last line of the whole thing is spectacular. Here we go. Now you're going to get it. Walks out.
She was leaving, though.
Yeah, she was. She was walking out. This lady didn't want to let it go.
But she did initiate. Didn't she throw something at her?
So she
Who initiated? Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She throws something back. But you don't know what happened before this.
Right.
Build up. So here we go.
I love these fights. Everyone just puts their head down. They can't see, and they're just waving their arms randomly.
Right. Okay. So people of interest here that are not in the actual fight. This guy right here, this bald head guy. Keep an eye on him and listen to what he has to say.
Okay.
Keep an eye on him, as well as listen to the guy with the camera. So here we go. This old guy's just like Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon. He's like, I'm too old for this shit.
I gotta give props to white shirt guy who didn't even have to be a part of this. He just walked in and he sees this and he's even using himself as a body shield. That's a pretty Chad move.
What if it's like the girlfriend?
One of the issues you see with this, though,
he was just walking in as she was walking out, right? Or
but one of the issues is he's holding her, and so as he's holding her, they're just wailing on her, and she can't defend herself. Like, the worst thing you can do is hold these people, because now they'll just get hit in the face, and they're defenseless. So you really, and you saw it, they would come round to hit her, and he's holding her. It's like, well, no, she should at least be able to move around, leave, walk out the door, do something, but that's not helping.
You wonder what led up to this at this fine Louisiana chicken establishment. By the way, Popeyes, top tier chicken, by the way. It's great stuff.
I love Popeyes. Yeah.
I've never been.
Oh, listen, Blabs, we're gonna get you some Popeyes.
Their red beans and rice is so good.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, he's probably the boyfriend. I just thought he was a random.
Like, why is he caressing her like that?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
All right, now's where things get fun. Okay.
Okay.
Is someone going to get hit with a baby chair?
Once again, pay attention to the bald man in the center here.
Okay.
Here you go, sweetie. Such a deep voice, though.
She just fought, like, going hard for 45 seconds, ripping this girl's hair out, and they're going back and forth. She's fighting 3 chicken workers over here, and he picks up, here you go, sweetie. Like,
he's trying his best.
Don't worry about it, darling.
He's trying.
He's anything but a sweetie. There's that lady right there.
The other issue with him holding her back is she's still being aggressive because she feels like she's protected.
Right.
It's like a dog on a lead where they just keep attacking all the time. It's like, no, now he'll take all the things for me. It's like,
Right. And here we go with the last 10 seconds here.
No, they're all sold out.
You guys have chicken sandwiches?
that guy's seeing some stuff. Every time he comes here, there's another fight.
Right.
Wow.
I know chicken sandwiches.
He goes, ain't no chicken sandwiches.
Wow.
I remember.
I think they all need to go to the gym instead of beating each other up because they're all overweight. Just saying.
My favorite video of like a food fight was when there was a woman behind the bar and someone lobbed a chair at her and she just like grabbed the chair out of thin air and spun it around and put it down. That was amazing.
She was a boss. Yeah.
By the way, take a look at this guy just here waiting to get his food.
He's just there like, anyone gonna serve me?
He's just over here hanging out, waiting to order his 6-piece with a side of mashed potatoes. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's get to some super chats to finish up the show.
No, you gotta show the monkey video first. It's
the
it's
monkey
a must.
video. Oh,
yes.
hold on. The monkey video I don't have access to because it was blocked from ads. You get to pull it up.
Oh, it was deleted. Anyway, chat, there was these 2 gangs of monkeys fighting each other in some country, and it was absolutely amazing. The cops had to go out with their tasers and stuff, and it was like hundreds of monkeys. 2 monkey gangs literally fighting each other.
Was this from a few years back?
I don't know. I saw it yesterday on Twitter.
Yeah, a few years back, because everyone was inside their homes and stuff, there wasn't food out on the streets. So monkeys started to come into towns and start taking them over and fight over food. And that's when you had monkey wars, like gang wars.
The gangs of the monkeys. Anyway,
That's awesome.
End.
Well, it's a shame we couldn't show it to you. Oh, well, whatever. Sparta Chris came in with the $100 super chat. Uh-oh. Sounds like you've been tasked with singing a song. Are you up
I'm
for
not
it?
singing anything, so I did not sign up for this.
This is true. He did not.
I think Craig should take it.
It says, your turn, Disparu. Mbop with Melonie and Blabs. Melonie, Scripture of the Glorious Day. It is finished. Also, we'd love to see this group play Helldivers 2 for democracy together.
I would play Helldivers 2.
I have played
Keep up-
Helldivers with Disparu. He got us all died because of
He
Mound.
says, keep up with what y'all do. Don't let the elites get you down. Thank you so much, Sparta Chris. Appreciate that. Hey, listen, we're the elites now. Congratulations. Look at this. Right, Brabs? I'm the captain now, right?
Brabs, did you just call me?
That's what I said, Brabs.
Brabs.
There you go, Brab.
I'm a parrot.
We got Mbop with y'all in the background. We'll do that in just a little bit. Blabs, let's go read off some of
Bop,
these.
by the way. Is that a song?
It's like, but I don't remember the exact tune to it.
Oh, that's the song that's like la 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 la. It's just
Yeah,
repeat-
Yeah, it's like, bop, da, ba, da.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get to
Anyway,
that. Let's go read these off.
Maiku for Rip Gameworks killed by the Koof gone too soon. Push Up says when Marmite causes UK civil war, I'm on team anti. Look at that. You guys still have a teammate this brew. Pest says, right, never mind, thank you. Okay, Seth Trollins for $5. When I meant outing, I meant that was a decision. My bad on the wrong definition. Thanks, Seth. Maiku says, we won the war. We make tea our own way. USA, USA. That's right.
the
We
worst
make
way.
tea
I mean,
in the
if-
microwave, and that's
Look, if you're gonna be
final.
unique, make it better. Don't microwave the tea bag.
Oh, hang on. Jumped one. The worthy one. Hey, Disparu, your setup is pretty badass, my dude. There you go.
Look at it.
Look at
I
it.
thought the setup was in
Very
front.
nice.
It's more impressive in front of me. This is the background. When I was going to stream Overwatch
This
back in the
death is
day, and then
so
never
weird,
did.
though. Because like you looks like you can't touch your Funkos, but you actually can, right?
Yeah, they're not that far away.
See, look at that. He can touch them.
This has a really nice depth of field camera.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's wide angle lens.
Yeah.
Ish.
Good.
Lance says Americans dump the tea in the harbor and never look back. Tea is for figs and the English, but then I repeat myself. Bill says, I work with a bunch of Welshmen on construction sites here in the US. The first thing they do is buy an electric kettle. Raziel or Raziel? Melonie, you should try and debate Tipster next. He is worst version of Rich and 10 times more bad faith. It would be awesome to see.
Goodness, I don't even know if I'd waste my time with Tipster, and that's saying a lot that to even debate with Rich, but Tipster, that's a low I'm not willing to reach.
Hi, Extra Zero. For the love of God, Craig, never say you're missing the point of the tip when it comes to Remember, oh God. Anyway, moving on. Kratos Ostratos, GameWorks. I used to go there when I lived in Arizona as a kid. Great place. Did you ever have to remove children from inside a claw machine?
Wow.
What?
No, I did not.
G2 Drummer. Hey, Craig, how much have you offered what's left of RT for DB back, or at least a Screw Attack name and videos?
Haven't offered anything. Had some conversations with them, but we haven't got to the point to where we're actually they're at making offers or them offering anything yet.
Crazy. Hi, Crazy.
Someone has face swapped Craig onto the dragon.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. I have tons of I
told
told you. Listen, my requests are always answered. Crazy T says, "Happy Friday, guys! Let's go!" Thank you, Crazy T. Thanks for modding. Noodles, you should invite 8-Bit Eric on the show.
I met Eric in real life.
Young Stove, remember for 2 months. Hell, all Streets of Rage 2 has the best soundtrack. Goes so hard, I bought it on vinyl. Blabs, I have a crush and I have no shame. Oh, hi. Oh, the Renaissance Nerd. A Funko must be made of Melonie saying her favorite F word. It's just
All
a
right.
spine and it's like Togath right there.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. Blabs a terror to $5. If Slur Lady has rabid raccoon energy, I will not elaborate further. I like pickles and violence. Yay. Why do you have rabies?
I don't know. Maybe I ate too much butter.
That's fine. Rebound. Fake plastic guitars are cringe. I prefer Rocksmith.
There you go, Rebound.
Magnum Norse. I did what you asked, Craig. Make Jeremy uncomfortable on his own stream. Where's my $12? What is that about?
Thanks, Magnum Norse. Appreciate that. Anytime Jeremy's uncomfortable, I giggle a little bit.
Scarface is strange. That stream waking last time was a tinfoil moment. Thank you.
Oh, yesterday, yeah. That was
That was weird. Carlos, I love pickles, especially spicy garlic pickles. I'm not really fond of the garlic ones.
good for you, Carlos.
Zero Draco, Disparu, please turn up your volume. He did. Thank you.
Yeah, the chat was like, turn up your volume.
Yeah,
turn
they're
up
like,
your-"
"Ugh."
It was an hour and 10 minutes in that I found out I was low. So,
We didn't realize it, but I guess chat heard it. Hunter, here's $5 to curse out Blabs. Why must you remind us of the encroachment of time and despair? 30 years old and angry.
That's right. If you're 30, you're apparently ancient, according to Blabs.
I only got 2 years left of my prime.
No, because you'll just raise the limit. It'll be like 2
you're
years above you at any all time.
35, 40.
Yeah.
Smart.
This some bullshit. My name is what we said when you went down yesterday. Correct.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Jose Ataco. Did you guys ever play Tokyo Jungle on PlayStation 3? You play as Did and Cats also. Try it out. It's fun.
No, I never had a chance to check that one out.
Oh, I think I did play that actually. Yeah, that was at that side. There was like side scrolly.
I don't know.
I think it was, or I know there was a map, and you like got to go to Shibuya and stuff. I do remember. I have a
She's like fading into like memorization over there.
Yeah.
It's like
remember.
you walk sideways and stuff, and it's like an RPG with animals. Yeah, I remember that.
Anyway, Saint G for $2. Wan equals bark, woof, KO, small, little. It's Japanese.
That's awesome. So Wanko, yeah. A small bark. That's the name of that little game. That's great.
I'm playing that later. It looks so fun. Jay's Asian said, "Oh my God, look the account! Wish I could give more. Dad keeps me on a budget. I freaking love it."
That does look like
Thanks,
Asian
Jay's
Day.
Asian son.
Told
Appreciate
you
that.
guys. I just read an article. All of a sudden, Jay shows up in Asian form. Joey for 20. Hey, Melonie, I saw you a few days ago on the Local podcast. I love how they tried to get you by taking Bible verses out of context, and you schooled them like it was nothing. Props to you.
Thank you.
Lance says, that's right, Craig. Blabs likes busting. Damn it.
Hey, time code on that, guys?
No.
146.53. Got it. Sounds good.
Man, Nader. I'm Lebanese and play video games. Do I count? Apparently not. Apparently not. Lord Buffa, Millie Bobby Brown says she doesn't watch movies because people recommend to her because she can't pay attention for that long. First thing I thought of was this is the company Craig is keeping, not seeing Lord of the Rings. Well, Millie Bobby Brown needs to just do better in movies before she starts talking about how she can't watch movies. Anyway.
Look, if she was watching Damsel, I can understand why she couldn't finish it.
Exactly. She couldn't even finish her own movie.
Once again, April 17th, I'm watching over at Locals, sidescrollers.locals.com. 3 Wednesdays in a row. Mark them out on your calendar. About 3 weeks away.
Neon Suspenders. My face when you've been playing Streets of Rage since the 90s and you're called Oasis. Blaze was the best, by the way.
That's right.
One time at band camp, just a year ago, Kelly Lombardi would have doubled down on her tweet. Now we're getting them to apologize and to delete their posts. Things are changing. Heath Laurie. Side scrollers drink game. Take a shot every time Craig says, it's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. That's crazy. Much love, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Every time I'm editing, I notice this all the time. When I'm editing clips, it's like, that's crazy. Wow.
I mean, it is. It's crazy how much I say that.
Jag and Jenden. I'm just left a comment yesterday while catching that replay that Blabs was like a Pomeranian. Thank you.
All right.
Woof. Animating Andy. Honestly, it's more important nowadays than having a fancy logo studio or access. It's why I'll support G&G, Ryan, Nerdrotic, and Side Scrollers. Cheers, man.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate you, man.
Nissan. Access anything is a sickness that will always unalive the host. Anyone can be compromised. The solution is to stay away and stay independent. Super Sentai guy. Do not go making phony calls by Weird Al was better.
Don't go making phone calls. Thanks so much, Super Sentai guy.
Hayden, the black tendrils of this evil idea have ingrained themselves deep into all aspects, from journalists to PR, HR to devs. It's been found out. That is GG2.
Hold on. I think you cut out a little bit there.
Yeah.
Read that
it's
real
like
quick.
you needed a black hole and just slowed down
What
in the
happened?
time.
Did I fall?
You went robot. They moved their puppets from one position to another. When they're seen, it's been found out. This is GG2. Thanks, Hayden. Appreciate you, man. Music and
Okay.
Fiction says, it looks like Disparu is experiencing the great Disparu. I like to throw a dono lifeline for a wisdom saving throw, but it's not D&D time. Salute, Disparu.
Yeah.
Pyro
D&D
came
on
in.
Thursdays is always awesome.
Pyro says, Disparu, I've been meaning to ask, where did the ninja squirrel and nunchucks as your PFP come from?
Oh, it was a time. I was like, well, the internet contains literally everything. They said, no, it doesn't. I said, I can find anything. It says, how about a ninja squirrel? Easiest job of my life. And I just used the picture ever since.
Can we talk about how British people say squirrel? Squirrel.
Correctly.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
I love it.
Yeah.
Carriage.
No,
This isn't an accent. This is just how words sound when they're pronounced properly.
I will say you guys are correct on that one. The way we just go squirrel, like the way it's spelled, squirrel is definitely. I would say that would be correct.
It's like when somebody said Worcestershire sauce was the hardest word to say in the English language.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even hard to say. And then I heard an American try and pronounce it Worcestershire sauce. Like, no wonder you find that difficult. You're making your problem up yourself.
So how do you say it?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Yeah, it's not Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. It's hard.
We are bringing cultures together here. I'll tell you what
It's like
Squirrel tea.
when Gary says horror amarata, and he's like, that's really difficult. No, he goes, if you go horror, then it's really difficult, but it's horror. It's not hard at all.
Oh, another thing I saw on TikTok, I was like, ask a British person what you call the person who directs traffic and is holding that
A lollipop lady.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Because they hold a lollipop.
They call the traffic control people lollipop lady or lollipop man.
Awesome.
This is why
I'm the lollipop lady.
there's a really old joke. Is like my uncle got fired from being a lollipop man for stealing. I didn't want to believe it, but the signs were all there.
That's funny. I love it.
Ditzo is in my mind right now over here. It's like in the chat's going, USA.
Starts the war all over again.
Like, lollipop.
Part of the
lady.
Lollipop Guild.
Omniscient guy came in and says, Mark Zuckerberg's parent, talking about the Cloud
Lizard
World
Man.
person, yes. And Lord of the Ree says, how to trans your dragon. Pretty funny. Nissan says, there's an easier way to become a dragon. Wear a bedsheet and call yourself Grand. Oh, no. It's rough. Nut Bunny says, double barrel BJ. Talking about the
Oh
two
my
young
gosh.
ladies. A double head. A double barrel. What is Blabs, don't Google that.
You'd have to meet a guy though that had two.
No.
Neon's- what if from the conjoined twins perspective, what if there was one girl head and one boy head in that situation?
I don't think.
I don't know
can
how that would be
happen.
possible.
Is she like
I thought it was like identical twins that didn't split correctly, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
that would have to be two different eggs that merged together.
Exactly. Yep.
Listen, I just ask questions. I don't have the answer.
Listen, I got it. She's the headmaster.
I'm not a philosopher. I just posed the question.
Neon Suspenders gave it to screams in agony. Yeah, that's what I'm doing in my head right now. Mechanus Golden Gear says, inside of you, there are two orcs. Thank you, Golden Gear. Appreciate that. Omniscient Guy says, what happened when one is giving hints?
The other one's probably watching Netflix.
Oh, nasty.
It's just like this one just really likes anime, and they're like, oh, can you do that over there?
I would
So they
be
pull, like, a
using
blanket
my.
over her
I
head?
would grab a knife if I was the sister, and I would just be cutting my own head off.
It's not the way it works. They share a
Does she
body.
put, like, a
You can't
blanket
just.
over her head?
You
Yeah,
can't
but
just
she
name
has
her.
control of one arm. So while the other
it doesn't
sister
work.
is doing
That's
the
not the
thing,
way it
I would
works.
use my arm to grab a knife.
No, because one of the brains will control the heart and stuff. It's not that.
I would make my heart stop beating.
Maybe she does something else. You know what I'm saying?
I still think my option of fighting the other one for supremacy is better. Right?
I think
So
there's
you're just
multiple
like,
options here. There's multiple
That's
options.
good.
You
You'd
put
be
the
good in
blanket
a
over the
zombie
head.
apocalypse. You got fight
Yeah.
in you. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm willing to fight myself. I only need one arm.
I just love the idea. I love the idea that one sister has to put like a veil over her
That's
head.
what I'm saying.
Like,
She just
one-
covers up. She's like, I'm not here right now. You two
Yeah,
enjoy
like-
the
But
moment.
it's like she's still feeling stuff, so it's
Well,
like
she might not. It's like because depends which one is the main controller of the body.
if they could
One's
actually
the
turn
OP or not.
just
put
just
me
the
in sleep
idea of like,
mode.
like one sister looks over at the other one. She's like,
Was that good for you too?
yeah, put on.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Put on the cover, sis. Jesus, messed up. Hey, Jackson Prime says, I'm so ashamed of all y'all. I'm telling Jesus on you. And John became a brand new member. That's outstanding, John. Thank
Hey.
you. Appreciate that. Thanks for your monthly support. GTI Warrior says Popeye says mid. Been fighting words, and I'm not down with it. Zach came in and says, I vote Blabs review the spicy chicken Popeye sandwich on a locals exclusive. Oh man, we should
It's
definitely
good. It's a really good sandwich.
I don't even think I lived by a Popeyes.
You're missing out. Ian came in and says they need to write an action character who wins every fight scene with the catchphrase. Can I have a chicken sandwich?
There is a new Netflix show called Chicken Nugget about the people trying to transform people back from a chicken nugget into a person. I'm like, I need to watch it. I need to.
Wow.
Yeah, it's from Korea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
But apparently it's really good. So, I'll give it a go. It's Korean.
I know. I heard it's really great. Ian, thank you again for the 25 European monies right there. That's outstanding. Master Bater says they don't like it when people talk about Chicago. All right. Antoine came in and says RT died, Rooster Teeth died when Bernie left, and they all had TDS, hell mel. I respect you. Cry loud and spare not, he lives.
Yay. Thank you.
Graham came in and says, Melonie, have you seen The Chosen? Thoughts?
No, they have like pride flags on their set and stuff, and it's not even biblically accurate. So I personally have no interest. But that's just me.
Copper came in and says the AAA gaming industry and their media water carriers have awoken a sleeping giant. Gamers, Mike Hen, rise up. Head over to takegamesback.com. One thing at a time. We're going to take it all over. Andrew says it's pronounced Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Squirrel.
Not Worcestershire.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
I am
It's not squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. There's more than one syllable.
Well, our band's frontman is writing a book about Wizards and Warriors. You should have him as a guest when it's out. That's interesting. Wizards and Warriors, the Nintendo Entertainment System game. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that. Have them reach out. Rebound says word X is difficult to pronounce. That's because you refuse to pronounce anything the way it's written. English is so stupid. Thank you.
Oh, some people
It still conquered the world.
say Z.
Yeah, it's weird.
X.
Yeah, I don't know. The Antiquary
Like,
came in as
sorry,
a level.
when you pronounce it properly. That's what it sounds like.
A level 2 member. Thank you so much. That is outstanding for that. A level 2 member. That's great. And Master Bater came in and says, because of the monkey on monkey violence. Thank you very much. Appreciate that greatly. Let's head over to locals real quick. Dude says, I wish Disparu was on Rumble. He's a great listen to and laugh at the atrocities that come out of Hollywood.
I had all the videos auto synced, and then someone told, like I said, they broke it. So I guess that's where it is. Like if you can auto sync YouTube videos across, I'd do it obviously.
Jared says, do you think the show will come to Apple Podcast or stay exclusively on Spotify? Oh, and Blabs, get back to your tower.
Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely look for Apple Podcast. I think that makes a lot of sense. Actually, I thought it already was on Apple Podcast. I thought we syndicated it out there. But if not, I need to do a little digging on that. Blabs, can you make a note for that, please? Thank you. Dude says, everyone likes things being small. That's not what all the women say when I wasn't excited yet. Easy, dude. Just relax. Just relax. Unbelievable. 60 Watt says, are you telling me I can send 200 character messages for only $1 freedom dollar? Heck yeah, Rumble is great. Happy Friday, y'all. I can't wait to play Stellar Blade demo later today after work. Thanks, 60 Watt. And dude says, if y'all want to know why I don't have a kettle, look at what happened in Boston on December 16th, 1773. Jared says, Coco
1812.
any day of the week. Thank you very much. Dude says Rock Band 4 is still supported. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I would like to say the Boston Tea Party stuff. I actually think that was one of the greatest moments of all of history when both America and England united to try and make the largest cup of tea in the world by turning the entire ocean into tea. Is probably the most base thing you can ever do.
I'm starting to get into tea for the first time. I went to a tea room, I don't know, about 6 months ago, and they did like the fancy tea, and it was really fun. And I was like, oh, tea can actually be good, because tea to me has always just tasted like muddy water, you know?
Yeah, that's just bad tea over there. Like, people go across there and go, they can't make a cup of tea over there. They come back, it's like, finally.
Yes, I'm learning that. Herbert came in and says, my daughter is mad at me because I, quote, ruined her ability to enjoy terrible movies and show her friends and shows her friends because I make her watch good stuff and think critically about what we watch. Hey, that's good. That's good. Expose your children to good art. 60 Watts says Gearbox needs to get off the DEI teat before I even think about playing another Borderlands title. Jared came in and says, is the dog game only on Steam or can it be played on consoles? I believe it's only a Steam game. Abomination says, be honest, Melonie. Were you blacklisted by PR firms because of your wrong think, or was it because of the butter video?
Well, it was the wrong thing because it was before I did the butter video, but I would it wouldn't surprise me if it was for the butter.
They're like, that's a step too far. I put up with a lot by the butter. No.
Lone Wolf says, hi, Craig and gang. Enjoy your content when I can watch it. Keep up the fight. Thanks so much, Lone Wolf. Appreciate that. 60 Watt came in with the 5, says, a lot of people waking up to the situation right now don't know that they're waking up into no man's land. You need to pick a side and get into a trench. Or, well, good luck out there. It sucks. Thanks, 60 Watt. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Can't really be sitting on the fence at this point. Especially specifically when it comes to the gaming stuff. It's tough.
It's a bit like anything where they're like, you don't have to care about this stuff. It cares about you. Like, if you either agree with them or you are against them. Like, you can try and play the middle, but they will not allow it.
Right.
And it goes back to like Niche Gamer. Like I said, they're already tarnished. They are already off the list. Getting back on, they'll have to jump through hoops to get there. Market Reality says Dragon They Them probably isn't going to get too many parent teacher conferences. Probably not. They won't because they won't have kids. That's the worst thing about it. Wheeling Through Life with Brian says they do have surgery out there for conjured twins. So
yeah, some of them you can, but some of them, like those girls, there's just no way. Like there were one set of twins, I think it was boys, that were attached to like the butt, so they could easily just cut that flesh, but you can't separate these girls. Now, I've seen some where they were in similar situations, but they had their own organs. But with these two girls, they're sharing organs. It's just impossible to separate them unless you kill one of them.
Yeah, it's an egg that divides, and so sometimes the more it divides, the easier it is. But if it just divides up to your head, there's not much you can do.
Yep.
Chaos came in and says, Craig, beware of any bald man with barcodes on the back of his head. Thanks, Chaos. Appreciate that. And Market Reality says, if you mess with an American's coffee, you could get shot. Thanks, Market Reality. That's true.
I like coffee as well. Coffee and tea doesn't have to be a war.
Abdulio says, unlike other kaiju, Mothra is not a mutation. She is the avatar of the goddess who always reincarnates. Godzilla and Mothra being a thing is just a meme. In the original film, sometimes they fight, sometimes they're allies. Mothra is the protector of Earth.
It's true. It is true. We're just joking around, but yeah, they do fight sometimes.
I mean, Kirsch read out a bit of a story. It didn't seem that much of a meme. The story definitely existed. She just said she ended it with some people just aren't ready for this.
This is true. Big Top came into the tent, says, hey, yo, on this day in 1987, WrestleMania 3 took place where Hulk Hogan beat Andre the Giant to retain the WWF Championship. And also the heist of the century took place at WrestleMania 31 by Seth Rollins when he cashed in the Money in the Bank contract. Thanks so much, Big Top. Appreciate that. I think WrestleMania is this weekend. I think it is. It's coming up. Prove You Are Not AI came in with the 5, says, hello, Craig. If you are Craig, you spoke about something yesterday that you and you might be an AI now. If you're not an AI, then answer this question. If the world is going to explode and you can stop the explosion by saying the hard N, what would you say? Prove you're not AI. I do not compute with that language. Sorry. Carlos came in at the 5, says Borderlands was one of the few AAA games that had a full campaign with the DLC monetization that most ardent gamers were fine with. Take-Two will add micros up the butt, and don't expect better stories with Gearbox current writers either. And prove you're not AI. I would absolutely deliver the hard R if it prevented a nuke. Let's not be ridiculous. Bizarre Stat came in and says, at the end of the day, game journalism is consumer journalism, where the impetus is to help the consumer decide on whether to buy a product or not. The only group journalism should try to be held to are their customer/gamers. Great. Sal came in at the 2, says, very off topic, but I was replying the Warriors on PlayStation 2, and it still holds up. Has anyone sorry, Sal, I can't quite read that. Wolf Colts came in at the 3, says, milk or water in your tea? Disparu? I'm guessing milk.
Sorry, did you say water in my tea?
Insulted.
That's
like, without the water, what is tea?
Oh, yeah, tea's already in water.
But no, I drink both tea and coffee black. I don't put milk in it. I drink milk separately.
I like milk in it, or heavy cream. So
no. That's all American stuff. You don't put cream in it. No.
Look what you've done. You've made angry.
At least it's not the powdery cream. It's the actual cream from the milk.
I'm not against cream. I just no.
Okay.
Hold on. If you add water to tea, aren't you just diluting the tea?
This is what I mean. Like,
no,
tea is water.
You can't have tea without water unless you eat a tea bag.
What are you doing, Craig?
Someone's probably eating a tea bag. Let's be honest.
I feel like Craig tries to make his tea just by dunking the tea bag in his mouth, and he's like, "Why isn't this tea yet?"
It's the same concept as Kool-Aid, Craig. You can't have Kool-Aid without water. But you can dilute it if you put a whole bunch of it. It has to be.
I think they meant milk and sugar, not milk and water.
You're telling me you just don't eat the tea bag?
Well, maybe sometimes you're out on the go. You've got some portable tea with you.
Oh my god. Huckleberry says, "Hi everyone. P.S. I did not see Lord of the Rings either. Hey, Wednesday the 17th, come join me as we'll watch it together. It'll be great." HD says, "For the twins, it's like having 2 PC monitors and turning one off."
Yep, doesn't exist anymore. You just hear the noise.
Miku says, "Nuclear." Big Black Ninja says, "Sup, Disparu? How about we get some tea together, dog?"
Yeah. It's the real gangster thing to do.
John says, I thought it was wash your sister sauce. Oh no, that's rough. Like Worcestershire? Got it. That's gross.
Oh.
St. G says, Blast, please read.
Nigel is getting green apples.
Thanks, St. G. Tony came in and says, Sam Smith confirms Melonie's Bible rhetorics. Thank you, Tony. Darrenus came in and says, Boston Tea Party was anti-tax, not anti-tea. Hand me down switch says Eric is a lolcow. Okay. All right. And we are wolves came in with the 5. That's right. You got to be a wolf right now. It says non-woke AR. Oh, here we go. Non-woke HR professional here, not in gaming. Love the show. I've been using DEI equals didn't earn it lately. There you go. Love that. And I want to be really clear, right? I think there are a lot of PR people in the video game industry who are totally on board with all this. They are non-woke. They're not this insanity. They just got to talk about it. They got to speak up, and they, because they're all scared. They're all scared.
Yeah, they are.
If you keep being scared, like nothing's gonna get better. Arrow came in and says, Craig, don't watch the extended cut. Everyone that loves Lord of the Rings started with the theatrical cut, and instilled the love. FYI, Stellar Blade is awesome.
See, I think that's good advice. I really do. I know a lot of people will disagree with me there, but I think for your first time watching, watch the theatrical versions and then figure out if you really like them. Then you're going to want to dive deeper into the extended. Yeah.
Watch the theatrical ones first and then go for extended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree with that. Yep.
Okay.
I know a lot of people like Fellowship as their favorite one. It's not mine.
I think Two
I prefer
Towers
Two
is the
Towers.
best one.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Oh, third
I am a
one's
sucker for action scenes, and it does have some of the best
Helm's
action
Deep
scenes
was
ever.
just, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Perfect.
All right. Are you ready to sing Bop? Thanks to Sparta
Well,
Chris
I have
coming
lots
in.
of memes first. What's up to you if you want to sing first or memes later?
Okay, let's get to the memes now.
All right. So today is a good day. My simp got a Funko of me. Hooray!
Cool. Nice little Blab Funko. That's great.
There's a Legend of Zelda Disparu.
That does not even look like milk there.
we got through this a little bit.
Will they then just shut up? All I want to do is come. Will they then? All I want to do is come. This is from last night. This is from last night. Not out of context at all.
No. Somebody got a body pillow of me ready to go. Thanks very
Oh
much.
my.
Thanks. This brew making tea is told by Christopher Nolan. Who is this Togaff? Mel? She's just a friend, I swear. Godzilla and Mothra are just friends.
I love it.
God.
This is what the DP means, right?
Blab's figuring out what DP means.
You're being childish, Blabs. The future is now, old man. Jake Faze. Craig every day showing everyone his husband in the background of his phone. Keep looking.
That's right. Hey, you seen Jake Gyllenhaal's God Bod? You seen that lately?
Yeah. This is from yesterday. Since memes didn't happen yesterday, now Craig admitted he doesn't know where to start with Lord of the Rings. Why not Moss's version? Vin Diesel landing the Hobbit man. Is that freaking Kenzo as Gandalf? That's amazing. Then we have Disparu and Grummz.
Oh, there we go.
Romance.
So sweet.
Craig NBC instead of
TLC.
Waterfalls. Yeah.
Yep.
Lizard Craig's episode 1. I got
Gross.
that one. I got a ball of roll off for you. That's another Craig Lizard.
I love how the lizard is so weird it can't even face swap properly.
There we go. Look at this one.
Wow.
Oh, that.
But I'm also one too.
His and hers.
I'm not reading that out loud.
Feel good.
Okay.
There you go. Love it.
Done.
Hey, Droxus came in and says, counterpoint about the milk and tea. Proper, authentic chai is delicious.
Chai tea is yummy.
How do you say that, Disparu? Is that chai?
Yeah.
It would be chai, yeah.
Okay. Just
What do you think? I'm Neanderthal and can't read?
well, some people say something else.
It
least I
is
think.
weird though when you talk to Americans, like, oh, you'll find like, I love tea, and then you will immediately go, it's not any of that flavored crap, is it? Like, oh, okay. They mean like raspberry and all this kind of stuff. It's like, no, that's not tea.
I like English breakfast tea.
John came in and says, so tea bags are just like big, deep dip pouches. That's right.
Mhm.
Someone walking around with a big old dip bag of tea in their mouth. That's great. Thanks, John. And Wade came in and says, +1 for the theatrical for your first viewing. Thanks, CEO. Appreciate that. All right. It's time to sing a little Bop. Thanks to Sparta Chris over here with his $100 super chat. I'm going to take the bullet for Disparu here. Back to Blabs and Melonie over here. We're just going to go straight to the chorus here, ladies.
Okay.
And it's just, Blabs, do you know Bop? Bop. Bop.
I know about, I think you got this on your own, bro.
Well, she's too young to know.
This is one of
Below 30.
the late 90s. This is insane.
Not geriatric yet.
Yeah, I know. If we are all geriatric, aren't we?
Get the tomatoes ready, guys.
I'm just going to throw them at Blabs.
I'm ready.
Blabs, you ready?
I guess.
Just follow the lead.
Okay.
Yay!
That That started like the Simpsons song where Homer's singing along and everyone else stops and he's like, yeah, I just carried on the next few words. Everything was like 2 seconds delayed as she learned the word.
All right, let's go. That's crazy. Hey, real quick, Vault says, Disparu, what's your opinion on the shows Downton Abbey and Victoria? When I come across something I don't know in the show, I look it up. Am I learning proper English history or classic culture?
It's Downton Abbey, you Neanderthal.
Things like Downton Abbey are entirely fabricated. It's not history.
Yeah.
And I'm not into period dramas myself. That's
Downton Abbey's actually
the only one I'll be watching will be The Acolyte.
That's the period drama. Okay.
The only period drama.
Oh no! I understood what this meant.
The only period drama we had this last week was on Blabs' timeline as she was going back and forth with that lady about discussions at GDC.
Oh yeah, she nuked her Twitter. It's gone.
She did?
Everything's
Yeah, loads of stuff went.
Wait, she just off Twitter?
Yeah, from what I saw last, she was completely off Twitter.
No,
there was a time where she deleted like 10 to 15.
Yeah, she deleted a
threads.
whole bunch of them, but then like she was gone. I couldn't click her name or anything.
Oh, I got
Maybe
her.
I'm blocked. I don't know.
Nope, I got her. I'm on her thing.
Oh, maybe she temporarily dismantled it. I don't know, but I couldn't see it
Yeah,
for a long time.
I think she got a message off somebody because she was really pleased. And she was going around messaging other people and talking about, oh no, my follower count's going up. I'm really happy with all this. And then a few hours later, gone. It was such a sharp turnaround. I wouldn't be surprised if she got a message.
All right. Andrakis came in with this. Says a little extra for being one of the few to say my name right first try. Let's go. Draxus, appreciate that. Says much love to some of the few bastions of sanity in gaming these days. Let's go. That's why we're here. Oh, and not to be outdone, Kratos Elgatos came in with the $20 direct donation. Says, I'm the extra head growing out of Melonie. I like how Craig got replaced by a CIA plant, and he still has to go. And he still has to go to the school for kids who can't read good. Not sure if they should be applauded for accuracy or shamed for not even attempting an improvement. Thanks, Kratos Elgatos. Appreciate that. Yes, I have been replaced as a CIA plant. Thank you so much, Kratos Elgatos. All right.
I mean, after hearing what Melonie said she was going to do to a head that was growing out of her, would you really want to be?
Yeah.
She's like, no, I will end you.
It's on.
You know, it's funny. I think this is actually a really good example, really fast. We're talking about these reviews in games and stuff. And what was the big movie that came out last week? Do you remember? It was Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And all the reviews came out for Ghostbusters. Okay, all of them. Guess what review just came out for Ghostbusters? Guess whose review just came out? Critical Drinker. 20 minutes ago. Drinker's review just went up. Drinker is the most prominent movie reviewer on YouTube. He didn't need to be first.
Yep.
He just needed to be the best. There you go. And Yeti came in, just wanted to let you know if you can marry him. That's good. Thanks, Yeti. Appreciate that.
It is one of the things. It is easier because you get the free ride, and it is anything after that has to be earned.
Yes.
Which is why you have to be different. It's like you can't just go. This is why places like Kotaku are so desperate to get access themselves and stuff, because if they do want to talk about games, they're only capable of doing that easy ride. They don't want to put in the work and the effort to actually build something separately.
Yep.
So it can be done. It just requires more effort.
This is true. And Jacob, one last one for Disparu, says, favorite biscuit to go with tea?
I'd go with the classic. I'd go with digestive. Probably chocolate digestive. I know Hobnob is the ultimate tea dunking biscuit. Hobnobs are like, just dunk me! Nah! Whereas digestives are a dangerous game because it might fall off in your tea. But
to be clear, you're talking about cookies, right?
No, biscuits.
You're talking about cookies?
Biscuits and cookies are entirely different things.
I don't understand this weird thing.
I thought hobnob was another word for another. You know?
No, it's a hobnob probably would be classified as a cookie. But I don't tend to dunk anything because I don't want bits floating around in my tea. I'd rather just eat the biscuit separately.
You don't like soggy biscuits, as nobody does.
Nobody does.
Hey.
Well, unless you're in Eton, in which case all of our politicians, they're big fans.
All right, everyone, head over on YouTube to youtube.com/@Disparu2 TOO, and do what I'm going to do. Watch this. Scroll your mouse over, hit the subscribe button, and get that sweet little animation right there for you guys. Join and subscribe to Disparu and watch all the good stuff he has going on right there. Obviously, you can go find Melonie Mac over at Melonie Mac Go Boom, as well as Bible Time with Melonie Mac, and all the other plethora of channels, including Guitar Time with Melonie Mac, coming very soon, right?
We'll see.
You can find Blabs over on Kick if you want to find her over there. She oogles at fairly attractive women trying to take off their
They're
clothes.
not attractive. Come on,
fairly
Greg.
mid.
They're below mid.
Okay, sounds good. And of course, you can find me in a little bit over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel, as yes, I'm playing Donkey Kong Country 2 again. I'm almost done with the game. So join me over there. It's a great time. With that said, guys, thanks very much for tuning in. All the support this week has been a really, really interesting week. We made it to the end of the show, which is good. YouTube didn't cut us off. And thank you guys very much. Huckenberries came back with a 5 at the very tail end over on Rumble. Says, oh, dang, I didn't know you were on Rumble. What?
What do you mean?
It's every single day. We're also on locals at sidescrollers.locals.com. And of course, we're on the audio version as well. So, yes, thank you so much, Huckenberries. And TK7 came in, says, in honor of the great of the stream shutdown, please check out Gray J, made by Louis Rossman. YouTube hates this app and hides it. Sounds good. We'll do. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you guys over on the Plays channel. Go check out Disparu. Go check out Melonie Mac, and go find Blabs as well. You guys have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. We'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend. Be safe. See you Monday. Bye-bye.
See ya.